Us here in the booth with Jonathan Markham is Coach Jimmy May.
Coach May, first of all, I want to give you a big congratulations on the win and welcome you up here. I know this probably isn't what you're usually used to. You're used to talking to Tim, but, you're probably not used to talking to one of your former students that you've had in the past couple of years up here. But, this is what,
hi, you'll do fine.
This is what you get.
You'll do good.
So, just a couple
Hey guys, welcome to the Friday Night Scoreboard, brought to you by the Free Medical Clinic. Excited about tonight. A lot of wins, a lot of losses in the past couple days. It has been exciting through 7 weeks of football already. And tonight, I have my best friend, my brother, the most craziest guy in the world. We're going to bring a show to you tonight. Coach Jermaine Blur, how you doing?
Man, I'm here. I'm good. I can't complain. Appreciate the opportunity you bringing me on, my brother.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you came in, man. We're finna have a good, fun night tonight. So let me ask you before we get this show rolling. Do you have a favorite high school team?
I'm a Wildcat. Hey, I went to Oak Ridge. I'm a Wildcat, baby.
Do you have a favorite high school player?
Right now, I'm going to have to say that number 8 for them Wildcats, that Porter boy.
Daylight. That's what I call him, Daylight. Look like we got a call already. The show is already on. Let's see who's on the line. Thanks for calling in to the Friday Night Scoreboard. Who do we have on the line?
This is Coach Chandler from West High School.
Coach Chandler, BTA. You know what that means, don't you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
How many bells did you pull out tonight, Coach?
Well, it was a good one for sure. It was a good one for our kids.
Absolutely, man. Congratulations on the win, Coach, and thanks for calling in. Coach, tell me a little bit about the game. How did you prepare to go in for Clinton?
We prepared like we have every other game. We feel like we've got a good plan and system in place, and so we haven't really changed a whole lot. We just trying to get our kids to kind of execute, and we knew we've been making improvements because we saw some moments where we had some things that were happening that were good, and we just had a few mistakes out there that cost us in some close games, and so it was good to see our kids go out and execute and have some success.
Coach, you've definitely had some close games, almost near victories, but yeah, absolutely, you definitely got some success today. BTA, that's the word of the night. BTA. So, Coach, give me a little bit of information on some of your linemen that showed up for you tonight. And let's start on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, tonight, obviously, Elijah Dickey had a great night. I don't know what the stat line was, but I know this. He as a defensive lineman, he picked off the pass and ran it back for a touchdown. So it's a pretty good night for a defensive lineman. But, honestly, not really surprised because every day in practice when we ran that same play at him, he jumped up and tipped the ball. He never did pick it off in practice, so I was glad to see him do that in the game. He did that, and then we got a lot of pressure on the quarterback tonight, which is what we wanted to do. They are very talented in the passing game, and so we don't want to let the quarterback sit back there and have all day to throw it. So we wanted to get some pressure, and felt like we accomplished that with our guys. Elijah's one of them. Dale Campbell's a senior. Jeremiah Caswell is a sophomore that is going to be a really, really good player. And we got some other guys, Amari Cruz that played in there some, and Bryson Crawford, another senior. So Nick Ernst. So we try to keep those guys fresh and play them, rotate them as much as we can just so they stay fresh in the game. So, but all those guys played really well tonight.
Good deal, Coach. So Bryson Maddox, probably one of the best wide receivers in the state, arguably. Who did you put on him tonight?
We didn't have anybody travel with him. We just came up with what we, in our coverage package, what we felt like was the best. And, you always kind of want to keep something in your toolbox if they try to start doing something a little different where you can kind of change it up on them. And we had that. But our kids, the biggest thing is our kids executed what we wanted them to do and execute the calls. And I think he had 2 catches. Now, the 2 catches in the first half. Now, they were long catches, the ones he did have. But they were contested, and that's all you can ask for when you got a guy who's 6'6", and most of our DBs are barely pushing 6 foot. Sometimes you get into a jump ball situation, and you're going to lose that sometimes. So,
yeah, awesome, Coach Blair. You got anything for Coach Chandler?
No, I don't got nothing for him, man. Just congratulations on your victory.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, let's turn the page and let's go over to the offensive side of the ball. My favorite positions in football is in the trenches. Talk about those guys up front on the offensive side.
Oh yeah, those guys did a great job tonight. They've really done a great job. They've probably been our best overall group on the offensive side of the ball all year. I mean, last week against Halls, we had a running back run for over 200 yards. And
wow.
If you do that, then those guys up front are probably doing their job.
That's right.
I don't know what the stats were for us tonight, but we had some big runs and made some plays in the passing game, and our quarterbacks had clean pockets. So I think we kind of talked to our kids about when we put on this film tomorrow and take a look at it as coaches, we want to say, well, no matter if it's offense, defense, special teams, the thing people come away with is that we are a physical and violent football team, and I think those guys took that to heart and really, really exemplified that today.
Yeah, that's awesome, Coach. And special teams can change the game for anybody at any level, from Little League all the way up to the pros. Who was a standout highlight for you on the special teams?
Well, I'll tell you this, and you're right about that. That's the quickest way to win a game and lose a game for sure. Probably the biggest play is Silas Monroe had a punt return for a touchdown that really kind of, we felt like we were in good shape. It really just kind of got that ball rolling even faster down the hill for us and got the kids excited and momentum on our side. And that just gave us a lot of good energy. And, that being said, it's just a big play. He did a great job getting that and getting to the wall of our return and getting, taking it to the end zone for the score.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well, because I know they got those loud cowbells, cow horns out there. Did they run out of air? Because it sounded like the score was pretty high.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they keep those things charged up pretty well. So they keep doing that. So, but they stay after it with those train horns.
Absolutely, Coach. Well, I appreciate you calling in. Hey, give the staff my love. You guys do a great job with those kids over there. I know you guys are headed back to what your normalcy is, and give the kids, my love too. Congratulations on the win tonight.
I'll do that. I appreciate it. Thanks for giving me a call.
Yeah, thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Coach Barry Chandler taking over at West. He's a little rough season, as he talked about. He's been so close to winning some ball games that he normally wins that they've lost this year, but they're getting close, and it looks like playing Clinton, they got over that hump big time. Big time. What do you know about Clinton Dragons?
Well, I know a little bit about them. I know they're probably missing Coach Keith. I know I miss him. He was a good guy. But my son played over there for a little while, so, I know a little bit about Clinton. I like what Clinton got going on. I like some, I know some of the coaches over there. So, yeah, I mean, everybody got the same mission out for the same thing for the kids, man. So, I can't never knock what another coach or nothing, man. But
well, they're struggling right now. One win against Campbell County.
They got some talent over there, man. They got some talent. I like that Benjamin kid over there, quarterback. I like Jay. So, I mean,
Prayers for Jay. I heard he went out with a concussion. So, yeah, prayers for Jay Benjamin out there in Clinton. He went out with a concussion. But, yeah, Jake Dawson and those guys over there, they're doing the best they can. But you know what? It's a rebuilding phase. Whether anyone wants to hear that or not, I mean, in the past 3 years, they had 3 different head coaches. You leave Coach Keith, it goes to Hammock, You leave Hammock, now you have Coach Jake Dawson. So each year you bring in a new coach. Obviously, that's going to be a rebuilding year, no matter the talent you have. And I've said this, Coach Blair, all the talent that they have out there, if they can't get it done in the trenches, I don't care how good you are.
Yeah, you got to be able to get it done in them trenches.
You might be able to take Emil Porter over there and make a difference. But if he ain't got those guys doing what they need to do in the trenches, his numbers may not be the same in Clinton like they are in Oak Ridge.
I agree.
You agree? Yeah, Mill a bad boy, though.
Yeah, but he's a bad boy.
Mill was not dressed out tonight in Oak Ridge. I think Oak Ridge scores 34-7 was the final there. I may call Coach Ring, but this guy, what is he, 7-0 now? 7-0. They took care of Bradley Central last week.
Hey, I was wondering how they was going to fare in that 6A football, man. The Wildcats, man, I said it from the first week, boy, they sneaky good. And now they look real good. So the defense playing lights out, it can get real scary.
I mean, they have star power at each level on both sides of the field. From your quarterback, your wide receivers, your linemen, your D linemen, linebackers, safety. Everywhere on the field, there's somebody getting recruited at a college level. And most teams don't have that. How do you think they favor against a Maryville?
That's the game I want to see right there. But in recent, I know they scrimmage Maryville every year, I think. Yeah, the last couple of times they done scrimmage Maryville, man. They done held their own, man. So, hey, that's the game I want to see right there, man. Yeah. So I like our chances, though.
Yeah, I think that's week 10, October the 30th. Game will be at Oak Ridge, I believe. It may be in Maryville.
I'm there wherever it's at,
wherever it is, definitely will be there. But Oak Ridge is definitely looking good. The Alva Springs Bobcats, I had an opportunity to stop by there today. They was playing Oneida. When I got there, the score was 7-0. Ricky Jett, Jackson Jett had already scored a touchdown. I was able to capture your old quarterback, Liam Bulkey.
Oh, Bulkey.
He gave Jett a pass, and he caught that pass, and he went and scored another touchdown. It was 14-7 when I left at halftime before I went into Oak Ridge, but I think the final was 21-14. What do you know about the Bobcats? Oneida, by the way, 21-14. Oneida came back and won that ball game.
I just know a little bit about them because of some of the guys that I was blessed to be able to coach. Like I was telling you the other day, I ain't got an opportunity to go sit and watch old Ricky Jett, man. He been a bad boy since youth football.
Yeah.
So they got some nice pieces out there. I do know that. And they always making some noise. They keep a good line. Like I said, Ricky Jett, every time I turn on Facebook, turn the TV on, it's Ricky Jett, 3-4 TDs, fumble recoveries, interceptions. Like, he do it all. So I think I don't know what the competition level is. I know they always got to face Cofield. But Alva Springs, they always got something out there.
They always knocking on the door. You remember Nathaniel Fletcher? Remember Big Nate?
I remember Big Nate.
Big Nate got a punt block today.
Oh, Nate. That's what's up. Yeah, I remember Big Nate. You know,
Big Nate got a punt block.
I see Early out there.
Yes, Jaden Early, transfer from Oak Ridge, is out there. He's playing a little bit of line on offense, defense playing a little bit of linebacker. He's pretty much, one of those Swiss Army knives. Wherever you need him, they put him. And he's doing well. So proud of Jaden because he's getting the opportunity to deserve it because he loves the game, right? He wouldn't have got that same opportunity at Oak Ridge. Not saying he don't have the talent level, but Oak Ridge they're different. They're different, and the talent that they have is very different. And Jaden Early is a tremendous athlete, and he loves the ball game. And you can count on Jaden Early giving you 1,000,000% every single play from practice to the ball game.
Yeah, I've always liked Jaden. He always had a good motor, always had a good attitude, coachable kid. So yeah, I'm glad he's getting that opportunity to finally showcase what he's been working for.
Yeah. Coach, you've been coaching for a very long time. I mean, very long time. I think you're taking a few years off. Are you going to come back?
Man, I always say if the opportunity presents itself, like I said, yeah, this was the first year probably in 13, 14 years I haven't coached, but it's been great being able to just sit back and go to these ball games, man, and watch some of the kids, man, develop and grow, and just, it's great it's been fun being a fan this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year as well. Coach, and you have some players that you've coached that went on to college. Give me a little bit of insight on some of those kids that you coached up that had transition on their way to college.
Man, it's crazy because, you see it, you always look at a kid and be like, man, if that kid do this or that kid do that, man, that kid gonna make it, man. But yeah, it's been, I got a couple, Price Davis, I think he went on to play collegiate. Ethan Eubanks. I know I'm going to miss several of them. I got Albert Johnson. He's at Tusculum. Tavarie.
Tusculum.
He's at Tusculum.
Yeah, both redshirt freshmen this year.
There's several more, man, there's several more names I should be naming that either took a medical spiel or, just took a different route. And then it's I got a few that I was able to coach that's still at the high school now. You got Big Tim.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I'm proud of these guys, man, because the streets, man, they dangerous. So, hey, if you can save one kid, man, no matter, and I ain't saying I'm the best coach. I was just able to communicate with some kid, it's just you're able to talk to kids, or like it wasn't always about the X's and O's. Right. It was all,
Right.
But yeah, man, I'm proud of all these boys, man.
Coach Blair said he ain't the best coach. I know 100 people right now will call into the show and say something different. And we have a phone call. Before we take this phone call, I can go back and remember the Norwood days, and we had to play the Goon Squad at South Clinton. After that game, you had the internet lighting up saying, wow, who's coaching those kids? Who's dialing up those plays? They had the Goon Squad on on their heels, made a couple of adjustments. Goon Squad wound up beating us, but they was like, if he's not coaching Oak Ridge High School, he needs to be. So he's humbling himself right now. But
I definitely appreciate, but yeah, I was always in it for the kids, man, never for the accolades. A lot of people can't say that. A lot of people trophy chase, man. I don't care about that, man. It's bigger than that. A lot of kids ain't go on and play sports after high school, or so.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of kids I coach to this day, and they, what's up, coach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a special feeling.
Yeah. So.
And as far as him saying he don't trophy chase, it's the truth. We got the coach together at Norwood. We won the championship, and he was like, I got plenty of these. Here you go, Coach DJ. He made me cry. We got a call on the line. Let's see who we got on the line, Coach. Thanks for calling into the Friday Night Scoreboard. Who do we have on the line, caller?
This is Coach May from Oneida.
Hey, Coach, how you doing tonight?
I'm good.
Hey, congratulations on that victory today in Oliver Springs. You hit the road, you hit Oliver Springs, and you came out with the victory. Tell us a little bit about that game tonight.
Well, it was a hard-fought game. It always is playing them. They're a very good team, well coached, got good players, play hard, and we were able to. We fell behind 7-0, 14-7. We were able to tie it up in the third quarter and get the go-ahead touchdown on a fumble recovery in the end zone, sack the quarterback, and we're able to hang on and get the victory. Kids played hard and against a very good team, ranked number 4 in single A. So I'm just proud of the way the kids played tonight.
Yeah, Coach, and I've seen a lot of those kids swarming around, making great plays on defense. Seems like they're very physical. Obviously, football is a violent sport, and they had that tactic in them tonight. Give me a little bit of insight and name some of those kids on the front line on the defensive side that was valuable for you tonight.
Well, yeah, we try to be a physical team. You got to be physical to match some of the things we played. We played a difficult schedule, and they're all physical teams. And we have inside we have Brady Burke and Brylan Strunk at tackles, along with Reese Lamb playing in the front for defensive ends, Jesse Zachary and Drayton Wade on the edges, and he thinks they give us a good pass rush there. Then you got Ben Gilbert and Maddox Hutcherson at linebacker. Give us, we think a pretty good front six there to be able to try to, compete against the run, and we think we're very talented up there. We may have not shown it the last, 2 or 3 games as like we would have, but kids worked hard, and I think, the name of the game's been physical and trying to, I always wanted to win the line of scrimmage, and that's what we tried to do.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. In each game, for some reason, somebody wants to give somebody an MVP because of whatever. However, we know it takes 11 guys on both sides. But who was that standout player? Who would you say that standout player that would receive an MVP for this game?
You talking about offense, defense, or
you name it, Coach. You name it, Coach.
Well, a lot of those kids I've already named. I think getting the pass rush in there, but I think Ben Gilbert playing in the middle linebacker and also carrying the ball, our leading rusher on offense, and just plays hard every game. Takes a beating. He's a very physical player and has been. He's been a 2-time All-State player for us going into his senior year, and he's kind of the leader of the team. And then Brock Ryan leading us on offense, our quarterback, trying to get us in the right sets and making sure we're lined up correctly and getting the play going. And I just think Ben does a good job of leading the team.
And you need those leaders, Coach, and you definitely displayed that tonight. A phenomenal feat you guys put on tonight. Coach, tell me a little bit, how do you decide on who's going to coach with you? You have to gel. The coaches have to work together. They have to know their role. How do you make that decision to pick your coaches?
Well, my defense coordinator, Mark Martin, I coached him in high school. His junior, senior years, my first 2 years coaching, my dad was the head coach then, and he played on the state championship team with us, and he's been great at defensive coordinator. He's done a good job with our offensive line. Just try to find guys that can fit our system, and a lot, not all of them. Some of them are from Oneida, and some are not. Mm-hmm. And they just want a passion to work hard and win, and we try to gel. And of course, you interview them and try to meet, try to make good choices. Because I want good men representing our school, and also in front of those kids every day, being an example of how to act and how to grow up and be men, and and husbands and fathers later in life, and try to pick people like that. That's going to be a good example for everybody.
Indeed, Coach. And in the bigger classifications, your 6As, your 5As, a lot of those athletes, they go one way. I assume you have a lot of athletes going both ways on the field.
We do. We have a lot of kids that play both ways, and we try to, we're going to try to get our best ones on defense, and we're going, and in offensive line, we've got some that go both ways, and we try to rotate them, and so we can kind of rest them, and we will play 3 running backs, and we'll have 3, 4, 5 receivers because they need a break. They have to go both ways, and they get tired, but just try to do the best we can during the game, get them breaks. But a lot of our kids play both ways, so they have to be ready to. They go from offense to defense. You got to flip the switch and be ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. Well, congratulations on the travel victory today over in Oliver Springs. You guys put on a great show over there. And who do you have next?
We have a bye week next week, and then we go to Sweetwater after that.
All right. Well, I'll be looking forward to this phone call in 2 weeks, right here on the Friday Night Scoreboard after another victory for you, Coach.
We hope so. We just have to work hard and see what happens. But I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, thank you for calling in. Have a wonderful day and drive safe home.
All right, thank you.
All right. As head coach over there, Oneida came all the way from Oneida to Oliver Springs to win a ball game. They was down early, and it looked like they must have one of those chewings at halftime to come back and win that ball game. Coach, did you hear anything about the Anderson County and Gibbs game?
No, I just know Anderson County lost. I don't remember what the score was, or I think I seen it. Made a scroll on Facebook today and saw it, but I ain't really see too much about it.
What do you know about Anderson County this year, particularly?
Well, I know they're supposed to be good. I think. Because I know they got all those transfers. So I thought they was going to be good. I thought they was loaded up. But now I did watch that Catholic game, and I thought Catholic handled them pretty good. But Catholic a private school, so that really, I don't know if you can. I guess you can, because I feel like it's a lot of D1. It's some D1 talent over there at Anderson County. So,
Yeah.
But I don't know too much about Gibbs. I did.
So Gibbs, for the past 3 years, Coach, they've been knocking on that door. They ain't been able to beat Anderson County, but they have been knocking on that door. What I know about Anderson County is obviously their starting quarterback, the freshman, Phenom. He went out in Catholic game, and that was from a collarbone injury. And he's been out.
Yeah.
So he's been out. So the backup is Booby LaFell.
Booby, athlete. Good
Booby
athlete.
went out in this game yesterday. So the third string quarterback came in. The game was on the line. He threw an interception. Also, Jason Thompson got hurt in that ball game yesterday.
That's major. So,
Yeah. So it's a long road right now for the Mavs. Mavs have not lost a region game since 2016. That's the first region loss since 2016. So they definitely have a long road to go. So, but shout out to AC and the Mavs, and always praying for GT out there, and hope those guys heal up well. We got somebody else on the line. Let's see who we got on the line. Thanks for calling Friday Night Scoreboard. Who do we have on the line, caller?
What's going on, DJ Pendergrass?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I missed you last week there, brother. Where was you at?
I was here last week. I think I came in later from a ball game.
I guess I didn't give up. I didn't think you was going to be there. I figured you was probably down there with the Oak Ridge Wildcats.
No, last week I was at one of those Rivalry Friday games last week. Whoever played last Friday, maybe it was Bearden and Farragut. And so I came in later, but I had the cooties. So I went over to the other set, and I set off away from the guys that was here. But, man, it's good to hear your voice. How's it going?
It's going all right. A little disheartened there with the Clinton High School football Dragons there. I don't know. I heard you talking about the interior line and stuff there. Looks like on defense they're playing like a three-man front, and I don't know, seem like they're running back and stuff. These different schools, they're in the secondary before they're getting touched.
Wow.
But I don't know.
Did you get to watch the game today, any?
I watched quite a bit of it on Dragon Vision.
Yeah.
But it was like that burned the first quarter. I think it was like 21-0 or something. And the other, Jalen had a couple of picks, and he threw one. I think it was a defensive lineman for West there. He jumped up and blocked the pass and ended up catching it and running it in.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Chandler, when the show started, and he said they had been watching film, and the scout team had been running that for that defense, and he kept jumping up at it in practice and trying to swat it down. So he was excited that he finally got that.
He got it done.
He got it, yeah. So I should have asked him, was the scout team better than Clinton? I should have asked him that, shouldn't I?
God, I hear you. I was going to ask you, I didn't know if you watched this game. It was last week. You wasn't here for me to talk to you about, but it was Sevier County and Greenville.
Yes.
I mean, what a football game. I thought Greenville had it won there, and I don't know what coaches, if they teach this or what, but that Greenville quarterback, he was that right there close to the goal line. He tried to stretch it out there for a little bit more, and he fumbled the ball.
Yeah, he did. The fans didn't like that. I tell you that. They didn't like it at all. But, yeah, that definitely happened. I did watch that game. I was actually there on the sideline watching that game, so I was up close and personal with that game. Left probably about, 2 minutes to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then they wound up going into overtime. The viewership went up tremendously when it went into overtime for Rivalry Thursday. But that was an amazing game. But there's one thing about Coach Todd Loveday over there in Sevier County. I interviewed him, a few weeks back. And I asked him, how do you guys keep pulling off these crazy victories? And he said the coaches that can keep their composure keeps their kids composed, and normally that's who comes out with the victory.
Well, I'm sure you remember, DJ. I mean, last year down in Oak Ridge, they were behind, and they scored a touchdown. They're still behind, and come out, kick an onside kick and recover it and stuff there. I mean, it was just crazy. It's like the luck was this, something was on their side for sure.
Yeah, the football guys was definitely on their side. That they was down at one big touchdown they got. I think there was on like the 17-yard line, and the quarterback, they had practiced this play. My son was actually guarding the wide receiver who got that big play. The quarterback came and he looked the safety off. Once the safety bit, the wide receiver looked like he was running a slant and wound up running a go. It was just all together, just a great play from the coaching staff to call it and for the players to execute it. But after that, they scored 2 more touchdowns. And the onside kick is crazy because they did it 2 weeks in a row, Powell and West. And then they turned around to do it on the Oak Ridge Wildcats, took them to the state championship, and Team 100 wound up winning the state championship.
They did, sure enough there. But, I mean, it was it's like, I guess it's like you said, buddy. It's like football gods was on their side because everything they done, it just worked out in their favor during that championship run.
It did, man, especially those last 3 games of the playoffs. I mean, everybody knew those games. So Powell had them beat, West had them beat, Oak Ridge had them beat, but the football guys didn't have them beat.
Last night, I got 2 of my good friends that live over in the Corrington area, and I told them, I said, look, I told both of them, I said, I'll give you 21 points in the Gibbs War Eagles against the Mavericks tonight there, and they would not touch it. They were like, well, if you give me 21 points in the first quarter, I'll think about it. Gibbs had that, I don't know what his name is, the quarterback for them. He's a southpaw. He's a black kid, but that bird, he can spin that football.
Yeah, he can. He had another wideout that can go get that football as well. Yeah, I seen that left-hander. He was, it looked like he took care of business, man. And I was telling Coach Blair here, Gibbs has been knocking on the door for the past 3 years. I want to say this is year 4 of them knocking on. They kicked that door down this year.
They finally did, and I believe, guys, that I don't know if I seen it online or something or heard it on the news or whatever, but I believe what I saw was that Gibbs had not beat Anderson County since 1982.
It's been a long time, man. Anderson County hasn't lost a region game.
43 years.
Yeah, and Anderson County hadn't lost a region game since 2016.
Oh, that was their first region loss since 2016?
Yes, it was, Mr. Hendricks. Yes,
wow.
it was.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they. I mean, it's hard to say. I don't know if those guys overlooked Gibbs there and looking ahead because they got Alcoa down the road here too.
Well, Mavs got a long road to go. I mean, their quarterback's down. Their backup quarterback went down against Gibbs, had to bring in a third-string quarterback. Their top running back, Jason. Yeah, Booby went down in the game, and when it was on the line, They put in the third string quarterback. The third string quarterback threw an interception at the wrong time as they was trying to drop. Jason Thompson went down in that ball game as well. So
wow.
they got some big injuries there, and Gibbs took advantage of it.
Oh wow! So they're gonna have to regroup a little bit, maybe get it back together because your other coach guest in there. I believe that Alcoa put a spanking on Gibbs.
Say it again, Mr. Hendricks. What happened? What did they do?
I mean, seriously, of course, Alcoa, not taking anything away from them, they're good. Of course, them and Miracle there,
They different.
I mean, they just reload every year, but they put a spanking on Gibbs.
Wow. Yeah. Well, Alcoa is different, and
Oh, yeah.
they're different
And then I
breed.
think that, I don't know if that game is at Anderson County or at Alcoa. I believe it's the last game of the year.
It is the last game of the year. That's going to be a television game, a rivalry Thursday game, in fact, and it's going to be at Anderson County.
It's going to be a spanking.
Oh, okay then. Well, hopefully they'll get healthy and stuff. I don't know. Is there any chance for the Gillum kid to come back this year?
So I talked to Coach David Gillum about 2 weeks ago, and he said, they're looking forward, towards the end of the season, maybe 1 or 2 games towards the end, hopefully. But, the biggest hopes was that they pushed their way into the playoffs, and he comes back for the playoffs.
Okay.
That's the last I heard.
Somebody talking about that he's been actually, I guess he got the sling off of his arm or whatever. He's been throwing a little bit, but he looked a little bit weak throwing it. But, that's right off the injury or whatever.
Yeah, those injuries, any injury, you have to retrain your mind, your body, your muscles to be able to do the exact same thing. So it's definitely going to take a while.
You can imagine they're having if it was his throwing hand, if it broke it on that side, I mean, you're in a sling for 4, 5, 6 weeks there. You're not getting, your muscles are not getting any work.
Yeah, absolutely. He has the muscle memory, but the muscle may not be there. And I haven't talked to Gillum. I may give him a call tonight just to check on the boys and see how they're doing. But I will say they have a long road ahead of them right now.
They do there, but they've got a lot of transfers up there and a lot of good ball players. But that's when you get Jay-Z and Booby hurt there, that's going to hurt.
That's going to hurt every single time. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely there. But what about your boys down there at Oak Ridge, baby? They just keep rolling, don't they?
You want me to sing it for you? Roll, Wildcats, roll.
God, now, your coach over beside you, he don't seem like he's jumping up and down that.
Hey, I tell you, Mr.
Sing it there.
This guy's one of the craziest guys ever. I'm waiting for that shell to bust open because he's wild. I'm telling you, he got me beat.
Who do they have next week there, DJ?
Next week, Oak Ridge High School has a bye. They got some guys that's a little banged up. They get a chance to heal up a little bit. The next 2 games after that, they have Hardin Valley and Farragut. And then their final game will be on TV. It's going to be October 30th versus Maryville.
Against Maryville?
Yeah, that's the game.
Wow,
That's the
be
game.
a football game.
That's the game, absolutely. So a healthy Oak Ridge versus a healthy Maryville Rebels.
Is that at Blankenship?
It might be at Maryville. I want to say it's at Maryville.
Oh, okay then. Well, I'm sure Coach Rang, he'll have them guys ready to go. That'll be a great Thursday night watch for sure.
Absolutely. The day before Halloween, so it's getting scary.
Getting scary, I hear you. But, all right, brother, I just wanted to call in and run my mouth a little bit.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate you being back on tonight there. You and the coach there, and you just enjoy the rest of the evening. Be safe going home tonight, brother.
I appreciate it. We'll come back in here later on. We'll talk some college football.
Absolutely. All right. See you guys.
All right. Guys, that was our favorite. That's I don't know if you know Cody Hendricks from Clinton, but that's his granddad there. He calls in and he says there and there and there and they put a spanking on them boys, didn't they?
Put a spanking on them.
BTA, and we will be right back. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Hang in there.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
Josh Anderson is a Republican who has fought for families across Anderson County throughout his adult life. Josh is a farmer, a husband, and a father. For 4 generations, his family has lived in Anderson County. A graduate of the University of Tennessee, Josh has served on the Anderson County Commission for 7 years and served as chairman for 3 years. Josh is a businessman who will put his experience to work for all of us. A supporter of term limits, Josh believes 2 terms as mayor is enough. Josh Anderson believes leadership starts with listening.
This week on Rivalry Friday, it's Grace at Sevier County. Coverage starts at 6:30 on the Knox.
The free medical clinic provides primary care at no cost to the working poor. Every day, thousands of families live in fear, afraid to get sick or injured because they have no insurance and low income. But FMC removes that fear. We help people get back to work, back to school, and back on their feet, keeping our families healthy and our economy moving forward.
Especially for our rural and minority neighbors.
With a full suite of services, top-tier medical professionals, FMC is redefining what healthcare looks like for the underserved.
For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Scoreboard, brought to you by the Free Medical Clinic. The Free Medical Clinic's mission is to provide medical and now mental health care for low-income and underinsured residents living in Anderson, Morgan, and Roane County. Last year, Free Medical Clinic provided over 15,000 patient appointments and diagnoses worth $9 million in value of medical care for our communities. Free Medical Clinic, you're the truth. Thank you for everything that you do. We truly appreciate you for being a sponsor here for the Friday Night Scoreboard and everything that you do for our communities. Uh-oh, we got Coach Derek Rain. It's on you, Coach. It's on you, Coach. You got to ask him all the questions.
No.
Yeah, you're on the spot. I ain't going to say nothing. You're on the spot. Coach Rain, is that you?
It is, yeah.
Coach, congratulations on another victory. 7-0, 7 weeks in. You guys are still Wildcats rolling.
Yeah, we thought we'd come out. Obviously, Bearden coming in hadn't had a lot of success this season, so kind of our goal to kind of get on them early a little bit, and we kind of did that. Got up, I guess it was 34-0 at halftime.
Yeah,
and then we were able to enable the running clock and kind of make the second half really, really short. So it was kind of a good night.
Indeed. In the second half, I seen a freshman out there, Josiah McClure, and I also seen him get a nice little tackle out there. So some of the younger guys looks like they got a little bit of time and got their feet wet.
Yeah, like I said, it was, McClure's one of those guys that have, coming in, we felt like he was going to be able to potentially help us out on the varsity level, and, he's done that right now, played a lot in the second half, played a little bit in the first half, and has a really, really bright future for us. So, kind of one of those things that he's done a great job for us and expect him to get better, and, hope right now, your freshmen are kind of turning into sophomores.
Yeah.
So, with all the football they've played, so it was good to see that.
Absolutely, and it is great to see you guys, rolling the way you do. Coach, I love the trenches. I love both sides of the ball in the trenches. Give me a little bit of insight on how those guys are making it work up front for Blaine Stansbury.
Yeah, we, like I said, we pretty much, it's kind of been interesting. Bafford, left to right on the offensive line. Jared Bafford's a UTC commit. been a 3-year starter for us at left tackle, done a great job, committed to Chattanooga. So got a bright future for him at the next level. Left guard Elijah Young has some opportunities at the smaller school level right now, and is basically played a lot of football for us at guard. And we got Caden Shipman, who is a sophomore starting for us at center, and we feel like he's gradually improved a lot as the season's gone on. Big numbers in the weight room, stronger kid, and he's been able to hold his own against varsity competition. At right guard, we've had Torrey Holt, who's been a mainstay there, and then Torrey's kind of had a little bit of a knee issue. We're kind of, improving there, and Tristan Chartrand's come in and spelled Torrey, so we've Tristan's a senior that's kind of waited his turn, and been available for us, and so that position's kind of been nailed down by a couple of seniors who have, both great kids and waited their turn, and then right tackle we've had Nate Stevens. He's a senior and played for us last year on the defensive line, and then this year he's kind of playing on the defensive line rotation as well as the offensive line. So, Coach Day's done a great job. Coach Day and Coach Pace, we have 2 offensive line coaches. They've gotten those guys ready. King Sandoval's played a little bit of offensive line.
Wow.
And then King's a mainstay on our defensive line rotation as well. So that group, offensive lines, kind of gelled together a little bit and played good football for us. And then, like you said, the trenches, the defensive line, big Tajay Walters has been a dominant force all year, the Austin P commit at nose guard and defensive end. We've, played Dom Vasquez, who's really done a good job at defensive line.
Yeah.
Nate Stevens, King Sandoval, playing Jeremiah Strickland a little bit, another big body on the defensive front. So, defensive line-wise, we've tried to kind of maintain a 5-man rotation. On the offensive line, it's kind of been plug and play a little bit with some of the guys getting dinged up. But, we feel like that group's done a good job of just giving great effort and playing physical, and that's kind of what we're asking them to do.
Well, Coach, you've mentioned one kid I was going to ask about particularly twice. King Sandoval. What is his talent level?
Oh, King, number one, is a very explosive athlete. He's a sophomore for us, and last year as a freshman played a little bit towards the end of the season as more of a stand-up guy, but it was basically a defensive end just in a 2-point stance. And then, this year he's transitioned to the defensive line. He's got a great motor, number one. He gives great effort. He's very quick off the ball. Sometimes he's a little out of control, but he'll learn the nuances of that position as he gets older. But he's another one who's very hard to block. DJ, he's one of those that, when you go against a bigger guy and you're a smaller guy, you have to have an element to gain an advantage. And right now, King's element's quickness off the ball and kind of slithering through gaps. And I think, Coach Chitwood, as our defensive line coach, and he's done a great job of getting those guys to read blocks, and if they get a high-hat pass rush, then they're able to, really get off the ball and attack the quarterback. And that was what we did tonight, DJ. Bearden, let me check the stats here. I think they ended up with, let me see here. We ended up holding them to 50 yards rushing and 99 yards passing with 3 picks. So,
wow.
Defensively, we're giving up about 8 points a game. We're kind of really, they had a 30-yard rush off a reverse that we kind of lost contain on. But if you take away that 30-yard rush, they had 10 carries for 20 yards. So,
wow.
We've been doing that to teams. We've been, and then, running the ball, we averaged 8 yards a carry again. Wayne Gibson filled in here tonight, had 114 yards rushing.
Wheezy.
William Porter got submarine early on, had to go out with a knee issue. I think, bruise. We're hoping it's a bruise, but so it's kind of one of those things we're able to run the football and stop the run.
Absolutely, Coach. You got a week off. You guys get a chance to heal up, thank God. Do you guys practice during fall break?
Well, the past couple of years, we've always had games over fall break. So, and this is, the first couple of years I was here, I kind of inherited that schedule.
The week 2
but
bye?
My philosophy has always been whenever I make my own schedule is to try to build the fall break later on in the season. Or not build the bye week, my fault. Is to kind of marry the bye week with the fall break of the school system you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at Oak Ridge, we have 2 weeks of fall break, so I got the bye week next week. So what we're going to do is not do a whole lot, to be honest with you. I feel like the rest and recovery is more important than trying to practice, and it's hard. It's hard at this time of year to get kids to practice when there's no payday, there's no Friday. So, we're going to take some time. We're going to watch some film Monday, then kind of take some time off, and then I feel like that'll allow us to be fresh coming into the last part of our season.
Yeah, indeed. A couple games you have left. Hardin Valley and Farragut was that game. It looks like Farragut destroyed Hardin Valley tonight, and then you have your final game against Maryville.
Correct. Yeah.
And those,
Oh yeah. What now?
No, go ahead, Coach.
I was going to say, you think about the last part of the schedule. I was telling the guys tonight, Hardin Valley's senior night. So, we're looking at, the last regular season home game, the 17th, and then we're playing Farragut on Rivalry Thursday, which is a Thursday night game.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're playing on Maryville on Thursday because of the officials shortage. Generally, most teams across the state have to play a Thursday game just because they've had a hard time getting guys to officiate, for the obvious reasons. But, so, yeah, I mean, it's going to be get back. I got some Thursday game, and I like that. I think at the end of the year, we've been going with football stuff since, spring practice, June, July. It's just, it's kind of been a grind. So I think now you just want to play the games. You just want to kind of, get out there on Thursday and Friday and play ball. So I like the way the schedule kind of sets up for us after fall break.
Yeah, indeed, Coach. And I had a chance to talk to Malik Howard today on the sideline. Such a wonderful young man. I mean, this kid has Power 4 offers, and he is so humble. What is it like coaching a kid like that?
Well, I think, Malik's a rare instance of when you have a kid that, especially in this day and age with the financial opportunities that come with that, with NIL and now rev share, when Malik signs and gets on a campus, he's going to make money from the school, and that's at the SEC level. That's large sums of money relative to if you're a teacher, whatever, please, kind of like we are just in the general civilian workforce or whatever.
Right.
I always kid with Malik. I was like, your first year of college, you may make more money than we all would ever dream about making. And I think that's with him in that situation, to be as humble as he is and as hard a worker and good a kid. I mean, that's a strength, and that's a positive trait because when we talk to all these college coaches, that call about players, that's every time they always ask that question about how does the kid work in the weight room, what's the kid's demeanor like, what is he like, what are his grades like, what's the transcript, all that stuff that's outside football, we try to harp to our kids about, that all matters a big deal.
Yeah.
And to have someone like Malik who checks all the boxes from a standpoint of the character piece of it, the athletic ability piece of it, and I think the first half tonight he had 10 catches for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. So that was in a half of football. That's pretty good for a tight end. So obviously he has a tremendous future in the game, and you want to have guys like that playing for the Wildcats, and we're thankful he is.
Yeah, indeed, Coach. A special group, and we've talked about this many weeks. Me in particular is saying that there's star power at each level on each side of the ball. And, I've always talked well about how you guys coach them up. You do a great job with those guys. Coach, get those kids healed up. Enjoy your fall break. If you think about me and you go on vacation, bring me back a T-shirt, would you?
Well, I ain't going to be on no vacation, so maybe somebody else can bring you back a shirt, because I know we'll be I'll be out there doing some chores or whatever, and probably up here at school all the time just trying to get stuff situated. Got classes getting back up, and obviously I teach math, so I got some papers to grade and some stuff to do administratively there. And
right.
But yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to go somewhere. But maybe when the season gets over, we'll do that.
Well, I'll take some Oak Ridge swag. I need some new swag. I didn't get any this year, Coach.
Yes, sir. We'll get you situated, okay?
Thank you so much for calling in, Coach. Good luck the rest of the way. Roll Rock has
Yep, thank you. Yep, we'll see y'all. Yep, RWR.
My man, Coach Derek Rang, man, he's a phenomenal coach, man. What do you know about Derek Rang?
Well, I know he came in and he been winning. I know it was a lot of uproar when they hired him because he came from a small school or somewhere, 1A, 2A. I can't remember. But he won there. I know he won on every level or wherever he's coached at. I know he come from Maryville. That's a solid pedigree. So, man, they 7-0. So they in 6A ball this year, new league. Well, let me take that back because people make an uproar when you move up 5A, 6A. Man, that don't mean nothing. It just means you got more kids at a school.
That's what it means.
You may got more kids to pick from, but I mean, talent is everywhere. So, but I like what Coach Rang doing. I like they put up points. The defense solid, playing lights out. So they got a crazy pass game, crazy run game, balanced offense. So pick your poison. Good luck.
We got Coach Napier from Cofield on the line, but I wanted to bring up, I can't remember his name, but I just wanted to throw this out there. You have a kid that you coach that goes to Gibbs.
Levi Allison. Or was it this year?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's still there.
I know.
Unless he graduated.
I know I coached Levi Allison, and Levi was with Jizzle and with that group. So if you're talking about Levi, he would have graduated last year unless he reclassed for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a stud at Gibbs, number one.
Yeah. Yeah, you got him everywhere, Coach. You got him everywhere.
He was a stud.
Let's talk to that Cofield guy and see what happened to Herman. Coach Napier, how's it going?
Going good. How are you all?
Coach, we're doing well. I got my best friend, my cousin, my brother, and all kind of family members right beside me. Coach Jermaine Blair, longtime coach for the youth all the way up towards middle school. And he told me, he's like, wow, Herman just got beat pretty bad. Coach, tell me this. Has Jaden Bunch broke all the records yet or no?
No, he is. He's closing in on the career rushing record at Coalfield. He's not got there yet. He's got a chance if we keep doing what we're doing up front. He keeps running the football, and we keep playing well offensively. He should be able to get there and break it as long as we can keep doing what we're doing and he stays healthy. He's getting pretty close to it.
Yeah, that's good. Well, you talk about the guys up front. As you know, it's one of my favorite. It is my favorite area in football. It takes the trenches to win ball games. Throw some of those names out there. Who had a great game tonight?
Oh, really, all five of them. I think Grayson Salner, he normally starts for us at right guard. He was out tonight, sprained his ankle last week, and with the bye week next week, we held him out tonight just to be safe. And Tucker Lau stepped in for him and played well. He played really well on the second half at Oneida last week. He played great tonight. Caleb Langley at center is doing a fantastic job. Brody Jackson at left guard really came along playing very well. Eli Burris at left tackle and Rodney Inman at right tackle are having fantastic years on the O-line. And, I kind of told you I was worried that the line was where I was concerned about us before the season. They have got better week by week and are doing an outstanding job right now, and we're getting close to where we need to be.
I love it, Coach. You guys coach those boys hard, and they respond, and that's the great thing about it. I mean, not only do you have a great community, you have great coaching staff, you have kids that buy in and they respond. Your secondary, how's the secondary doing?
They're doing well. We gave up we gave up a passing touchdown tonight. Got a little mixed up, I think, in what we were supposed to be doing coverage-wise, and gave up one. And it's one of those things. I think we could have played a little better in the secondary tonight, but at the end of the day, we won 64-6, and we're not happy with everything we did. We're looking at things we got to do to be better to get where we want to be, and that's a credit to Harriman. They got some really good athletes. Their kids play hard, and if you give them space, they can go to the house. And we didn't do what we were supposed to do on that play.
Yeah, indeed, and they have the new coach. And I don't care where you go and how good you are. If you bring a new coach in, it's a rebuilding year no matter what. What advice would you give Coach Kwayu Graham today?
Well, I told him tonight, and I told our kids all week. I went through it in college with the coaching change, and that first year's rough. I mean, it don't matter. You can bring in a great coach. You can bring in a bad coach. It don't matter. The first year's going to be rough, and I think Kwayu will do a fantastic job there. He's a great guy. I really like Coach Graham. And I told him, I said, it's one of those things. I said, to keep working with him. I said, it's a process. I said, keep working with him, Coach. Stick it out through these tough times. And I told our kids, I said, when you go through a coaching change, the first year's rough. And I said, it takes about half the year for things to really start clicking. And when they click, you're good to go. With coaching changes, it takes time to get everything changed over and kids to fully buy in. And, they got some talent. If people will give him time, I think he will do a great job there.
Yeah, I agree, and I think I've said that, week in and week out over here. So, it was a good luck to them over there. I know they're having a rough season, rough year, and like you said, with a coaching change, that happens anywhere. Coach, who do you have next?
We got the bye week this next week, and then Wartburg when we come back from it.
Wartburg, Coach James Hooten, the boys over there, the Bulldogs.
Yeah, region game again. Hadn't been that way for probably 10 to 12 years, but they're back in the region. It's a big county rivalry game. It's another one where we got to come out ready to go. They're doing some good things. Our kids got to be ready to go after this bye week. We got to get healthy and get locked in for this stretch run.
Now, some coaches take the bye week off. They let their kids, heal, get their mindset back, just relax. How do you take your bye week, Coach?
It's fallen on our fall break this year. Last year it fell. We were in school, so we practiced 4 days. We went Monday through Thursday, practiced 4 days, and got ready for that region championship game against the team down the road. This year, with it being on fall break, we're going to try to give them a couple extra days off, but we'll practice Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. See how things are going, see how the kids are, getting after it at practice, and we'll kind of base it off that, kind of have the feel of, do we need these extra days, or do we need days to mentally and physically reset?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's important, not only, for the kids, but the coaches as well, to give you guys time to prepare and pull everything together.
Yeah, after you come back from this bye week late in the year like this, it is 3 games and then the real season. That's what I told our kids. I said, once we come back, it's all hands on deck. We got to be ready to go because this stretch run is what really matters. And we know at the end of the day, what you do in November is what counts. And you got 3 weeks after the bye week to get ready for that. And we got to have a great we got to be healthy, and we got to be locked in, ready to go for that stretch run.
Yeah, indeed, Coach. The playoffs, you guys always set the tone, especially when you get in the playoffs. There's a new format for the playoffs. How does that affect you guys, and what do you expect to go?
It's one of those things. I like the change because you're not seeing the same people over and over again. It's one of so. Looking at it, it rewards you if you win your region in terms of travel. Now, instead in the second round, maybe traveling 15 minutes down the road to somebody in your region, if you don't win your region in the second round, you're traveling to Clay County or South Pitt. So if you finish second for us, you would go to, and I'm assuming it's going to be Clay County and South Pitt winning those regions, but you'll be going to Clay County in the second round. The 3 seed would go to South Pitt in the second round. So if you win your region, you're looking at hosting, and again, I'm basing it off records of what I've saw so far. I think if you win Region 2 in the second round, you're going to see the winner of Joe Burns and either Sell Creek or Whitwell in the second round. So round 1 stays the same. We're paired up with Region 4, and then the second round's where things change, and it pays big to win your region where you're hosting that second round game instead of getting on a bus and traveling 3 or 4 hours.
Indeed, Coach. Well, I wish you guys the best of the luck. When's your next home game?
October 24th.
October 24th. Okay. Look forward to seeing you guys there. I'm going to do my best to make it out to come support, as I promised I would early in the year. Congratulations on another victory, Coach. Enjoy this fall break, and I need some new Cofield swag.
All right, I'll try to hook you up with some. Appreciate you having me on.
Always. Thank you, Coach.
See ya.
Coach Benson Napier from Cofield, every year all they do is win.
They keep some big nasties down there too. I know he mentioned Grayson Saldner. I was able to coach Grayson in Norwood for a couple of years, man. A great kid, great personality, coachable kid, man. I didn't know he was at Cofield though.
Yeah, he's doing well. I actually had him on the show a few weeks ago, my Exogen Sports Show, if I'm not mistaken. It may have been, I don't remember. I do so many shows, I don't know. But still a great kid, and he is. And, guys, these scores, we're going to talk about some of these scores when we come back. But these scores that I'm looking at, it reminds me of Week 1. I mean, like teams are getting destroyed in Week 7. And I definitely want to talk about the East, the Cleveland versus Bradley Central. Cleveland versus Bradley Central. I want to talk about that when we get back. Guys, hold tight. Go ahead and make someone aware. Please share, let them know Coach DJ and Coach Jermaine Blair is right here on set for the Friday Night Scoreboard. Also, if you have any highlights, news at bbbtv12.com. That's news at bbbtv12.com. Go ahead and send us those highlights. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
Bring the whole family together at the free medical clinic holiday ice rink at Roane State Community College Harriman campus all of November. Glide on synthetic ice with family and friends, or go skating for the first time and create joyful memories for all ages. Leading up to the Roane State Christmas tree lighting on November 17th, where everyone skates for free.
See you on the ice. Bye.
For more information, go to fmcor.org, fmcor.org.
This week on Rivalry Friday, it's Grace at Sevier County. Coverage starts at 6:30 on the Knox.
Hi, I'm Rick Scarborough, State Representative. Friday nights are special in Anderson County. Football under the lights, warm weather, cool nights, and some intense rivalries. I want to congratulate the student athletes, the cheerleaders, the band, the teachers, the coaches. You've worked incredibly hard. Go out there, compete hard, and enjoy it. But nothing like high school football.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
Kathy Mae Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy Mae Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Cooler weather brings autumn-colored leaves and football time in Tennessee. Warm up with natural gas heat or enjoy the year-round comfort of natural gas water heaters, ranges, and clothes dryers. More affordable and reliable, natural gas keeps your home cozy while increasing its value. Whether you're a new home builder or a homeowner wanting an upgrade, consider all the benefits natural gas offers. Call us today or visit us online to learn more. Oak Ridge Utility District, your hometown natural gas provider.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
Josh Anderson is a Republican who has fought for families across Anderson County throughout his adult life. Josh is a farmer, a husband, and a father. For 4 generations, his family has lived in Anderson County. A graduate of the University of Tennessee, Josh has served on the Anderson County Commission for 7 years and served as chairman for 3 years. Josh is a businessman who will put his experience to work for all of us. A supporter of term limits, Josh believes 2 terms as mayor is enough. Josh Anderson believes leadership starts with listening.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Scoreboard, brought to you by the Free Medical Clinic. Let me read some facts off here. This year, the Free Medical Clinic launched its mental health division, taking steps to address opioid crisis, substance use disorders, and depression in our communities. A big shout out and thanks to Roane and Anderson County commissioners for helping with the funding for that care that got started. Thank you, Free Medical Clinic, for what you do. They are our sponsors for tonight, and welcome back to the Friday Night Scoreboard. Coach Jermaine Blair, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing all right.
So far, so good?
Yes, sir.
You ready to take over at this point?
No, I ain't ready to take over, man, but I am enjoying, this moment, sitting here learning from you, really. You've been doing it all your life. Hey, proud of my brother, man.
I learned everything I know from him. We got some great games. And I said I wanted to talk about the Bradley Central and the Cleveland game. The only reason why I want to talk about that game, Cleveland destroyed Bradley Central. You see that? Do you see the score?
What's the score?
We'll figure it. It'll pop up here. But all the kids from Bradley Central transferred to Cleveland. How do you feel about the transfer portal?
I mean, it depends on which end you're on. I'll just keep it 100 because, if I'm receiving, but, it done shook the game up, man. Really, the transfer portal, the NIL, all that, man, it's really crazy, man, and they need to set some guidelines to it, like, fast, because, the rich get richer, and what can you do about it?
You can't do nothing about it. I was watching Rivalry Thursday game. I think we was at PAL, and matter of fact, it was week 1 when there was a delay, and one of the referees came on and was talking just to give time for Rivalry Thursday for the game to start, and the ref was saying, I love high school football because here they're not playing for money, blase blase. But actually, there are some high school players that are actually getting paid to play. Mm-hmm. They're not getting paid to play, but they have an NIL deal, right? So the whole landscape of the game have changed. I heard that we have a special caller on, so let's see who we have on the line. Thank you for calling in to Friday Night Scoreboard. Tell me who we have on the line.
It's your old buddy Jet, man. What's going on?
Big Ricky.
Smith Road.
Hey, how'd you get this star-studded as people on TV tonight, man? What's up?
Hey, it's Coach DJ, man. You know I try to keep it star-studded. It's been lacking here for a couple weeks, but we're bringing it back. I'm only missing one person, dude. You know who that is?
Who's that?
Big Ricky Jet. Where you at, man? Like, did you?
I heard that.
Are you mad at me? Did I do something wrong? Did Brad make you mad? Did he not feed you? What happened? I need you on the show.
I heard that, but there wasn't enough water in there. He didn't give me enough water.
If there wasn't no water, then Jonathan Cox drunk it all.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Man, so I got an opportunity to come out to Olive Springs. When I walked in, it was 7-0. Little Ricky, Jackson Jet had already scored a touchdown. I witnessed Oneida score, tie the ball game up. 3 plays later, Ricky Jet gets a pass from Boki, takes it in the end zone for a touchdown. 14-7 going into the halftime. I leave. I get to the show. I hear the game ended with Oneida winning 21-14. And one particular possession, Olive Springs had the ball. They only got 3 downs. Is there any truth to that?
Oh yeah, that was the first thing I was gonna say. Can either one of you count to 4? Because I can. I mean, I can tell you, we got the first down, and we run a 2 or 3 yard run, and then we spike the ball, and then it's 4th down. Now, I don't want to call people, but the line judge on our side is holding 3 fingers up. The back judge is holding 3 fingers up. The whole crowd's going crazy. We get a fan that gets escorted out because he went and rewound the game back to make sure he was right before he even went down there. So I might have to have him pay that $250. You're lucky I wasn't down there. They might have made $500 a night.
Well, when I heard a fan got ejected, you know what the first name that came to my mind?
Buddy, hey, look, it's rung off the hook, buddy. You get thrown out. No, not this time. But, I mean, the game don't come down to one play. Everybody knows that. But you'd like to have that opportunity, and we laid the ball down on the ground 3 times in the second half, and one of them in the end zone. It was a bad little play, and we'll learn from it and try to move on and get ready for Midway Thursday. Short week, so I'd say that first practice is going to be real fun.
Now, I was talking to Coach Derek Rain prior to our commercial break and you coming on, and he mentioned that every team has to have I think of boogers in my nose. He mentioned that every team has to have a Thursday game because of the referee shortage. Is this why you guys are playing a Thursday game?
I would say so. I mean, I think everybody's got to play one, and it seems like everybody's got one, on TV or not. It's still, I mean, that's what I would guess. And, they're moving middle school games around for the same reason. So, and I get it. I mean, I understand some of them don't want a referee and because of what they hear, but sometimes you gotta hear a little bit too. I mean, if I make a bonehead call and I know it, I mean, I'm probably gonna let that fan probably yell at me, especially when he's not being vulgar or cussing or he's just screaming at the top of her lungs. And if you know who I know, same person, he's very vocal. So. And he came from the top of the bleachers holding his phone, trying to explain. But, he ain't going to change the call. But, I mean.
Wrong is wrong.
Even Oneida's radio, or they're on live TV saying, yeah, it's 3rd down.
So, and I seen that live on TV. So, I know there's a $250 fine when you get ejected. Do you think do you think someone is going to, maybe protest that, appeal it? I mean, because I think this was in complete rights for any fan to go off knowing that the referees forgot how to count to 4.
Well, the rule is, and trust me, I've had to look it up, as long as you don't call them by their name or threaten them or cuss them, then you got to get a warning from the game administrator. Normally, that's the way it goes. Trust me, I've had a few warnings. But And I also, like in that game in Jellicoe, I told him, hey, I get a warning. He goes, well, that's your warning. Okay, well, that's cool. Everything's calm now, you know. But just, you got to understand that the tensions are high, you know, and you got to be, I'm not saying a man about it, but you kind of got to let it roll off your back. But I don't know, man. It's just, I hate to see him get thrown out. I hate to see that he has to miss he may have the opportunity to miss in a game of his kid's senior year for something that, you know how that gut feeling is when you know you're right, and you just know you're right, and it hurt, it just sucks.
Well, I tell you what.
Go ahead.
Well, go ahead and finish.
No, I'm just saying, don't come down to one play. I mean, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
Well,
we had our opportunities to score. We had our opportunities to stop them, and we just didn't.
Well, the game I seen looked like a great game. I know those guys over there on the sideline. They do a great job coaching those boys up. Have been doing that for many years. But for the past 4 or 5 weeks, Ricky Jett, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, Ricky Jett has been putting up some phenomenal numbers. Do you happen to have any numbers for Jackson tonight?
I don't have the.
Dang, it was that bad? You always got his stats. It must have been a rough game.
Well, I mean, he had the 2 touchdowns. He had a fumble. He did have a fumble on about the 15-yard line, 20-yard line, somewhere down in there. We're moving, going to score. And
typical
we just pulled off a fake punt that was beautiful. And then the very next play, we give it back. We give it to him anyways. But
he fumbled or he recovered a fumble?
He fumbled himself. That's his first one on the season.
Oh.
And like I said, we had 3. But he probably had, if I had to guess, anywhere from 150 to 200 total yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, it's still a good game, but, you know, I'm sure he beating himself up pretty good after the game. But they all are, so.
Yeah.
He'll come back Monday and feel sorry for Midway Thursday.
Yeah, well, you make sure you give Ricky my love, man. And I was able to do a piece on Ricky Jett, and it followed up with quarterback club, 5-star preps, and it looked like he's getting a little recognition. And one of the questions I asked Ricky was, I'm sorry, fans, his name is Jackson Jett. His daddy wanted to name him Ricky when he was born, but mama wasn't going for that. So Ricky stuck in my mind. So excuse me, his name is Jackson Jett, but I call him Ricky. I did a piece on him, and it followed up. And one thing I asked him, I was like, do you feel like you're under-recruited? And one of the answers he said was yes. I didn't put out the full piece on that. He also says he hasn't went to any camps or anything like that. Is there any future plans for Jett to go into any camps, visits, anything like that for school?
Well, I'm just going to leave it up to him. If that's what he wants to do, then we'll start pursuing it. We're already pursuing it a little bit, you know. I mean, I've seen the emails out, and somebody got to start sending the film out and get his huddle accounts to these coaches, and some of them are emailed back. But it's kind of up to, I'm just going to leave it up to him, really.
Yeah. Well, you know, whatever happens, Jett is going to be a great young man, whether he plays football or whether he goes to college or he just gets a job. And you guys, Missy and you, have done a great job, and Owen and the whole family, all you guys have done a great job raising them. So shout out to you guys.
I appreciate it.
Always been a fan, always will be. Maybe you call in later on, we talk about a little Vol football.
Yeah, let me just give a shout-out real quick. I want to give a shout-out to Coach Graham down there in Harriman. I want to tell him to keep his head up. You know, I'm getting tired of seeing some of this talk about you need a coach, you need this and that. Man, this man's a good coach, good guy, good Christian man, and you can't turn something around overnight.
No.
You understand what I'm saying? And, and I just want to give Coach Graham and Coach Tinker, I love them. They're both good guys, and you know, after talking to Tinker last night, you know, you can see the frustration, but, you know, it takes a little bit for kids to buy. You know, some of them might be upset because the coach got fired, or not fired, but, you know, whatever happened out there, you know. But I think that's a good hire for Harriman, and I think that they're going to eventually get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Coach Graham said at the beginning of the season, it ain't about one season. It's about building a tradition.
Absolutely.
So give him some time, guys. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know, that's one of our arch rivals, and I really can't stand Harriman, but you know, I gotta give my buddy, you know, credit. You know.
You got anything for Coach Blair here.
How you been doing, buddy?
Hey, I've been all right, Jet, man. How you been doing?
Man, I'm just glad to see you on the show. I just hate I missed it sitting there with two legends.
Hey, man, we would love to have you, man. He been trying to get me to come out and be a part of it for some time, man, and I finally came through for him. But I've been enjoying myself, man.
Man, I'm glad you are. It's good to see you.
You too, man.
Well, all right. We'll talk some college football here later on, man. Get the family my love, bud.
I will. Love you, boys.
All right, love you too. All right, we got a caller online too. Let's see what we got on the call. Thank you for calling to the Friday Night Scoreboard. Who do we have on the line?
This is Steve Matthews, Concord Football.
The man, the myth, the legend. They call you the GOAT. How you doing, Coach?
I don't know about all that, but I'm doing great. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Absolutely. Heard you had another a phenomenal game. Looks like you got a victory. Who was that? Who'd you take down, Coach?
Yeah, we pulled out a big one against Providence. Got a freshman quarterback, Kobe Ward, had over 200 yards rushing and close to 200 yards passing, and another freshman running back, Maurice Smith, had 177 yards rushing. So we're able to pull away and win 49-14.
Wow.
Pretty nice up front.
Yeah, well, the Coach Jermaine Blair, my co-host here today, says sounds like you up front did good. Talk about those trenches, Coach.
Oh yeah, we got we started an eighth grader at right guard named Eli Wolf that's got a UAB offer already. He's got a very bright future. We got two seniors that tackled. Jake Johnson and Chris Sherman did a really nice job for us tonight.
Wow.
Asher Noe at center's got a tremendous future ahead of him.
Yes.
He's a sophomore. Another sophomore, Caleb Gomes, at left guard, and they really dominated the line tonight and definitely had their best day yet.
Well, Coach, if you got an eighth grader that has an offer from UAB, I think my statement when you first came on the show is absolutely true. You're the GOAT, Coach. You're bringing them in.
Well, I don't know about that. He's just got a bright future. I think he's 13 years old, bench presses 225 pounds, and can come off the ball. So he's one of those guys to keep an eye on for the future.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Remember that. Remember the name. He's the guy to keep an eye on in the future. And speaking of young guys, are you involved with the middle school at all, or do you kind of let those coaches do that? What's your hands-on like with that?
Yeah, I think my plan next year is to be more involved. I'm not really involved as much as I would like to be right now, just simply because getting a startup program like we have with so many young guys and so many obstacles and hurdles to overcome takes up most of my time. So I'm hoping next year to be much more involved with our middle school program.
Gotcha. And, Coach, you mentioned your quarterback and your running back. Are both of those guys freshmen?
They are. Maurice Smith had a really good night. He's a freshman, and Kobe Ward had a good, really played, was excellent tonight. I think it was 11 of 16 throwing the ball for almost 200 yards, and like I said, over 200 yards rushing.
Wow, that's totally impressive, and it's just a testament to what you guys are doing. You as a head coach and your staff is doing over there at Concord, and I expect to continue to hear good things and great things, from you guys. Coach, who do you have up next?
Next week is kind of an odd game. We're playing a homeschool team out of Georgia, and I told our players, we're not really used to playing homeschool teams in the state of Tennessee, but a couple years ago I played a homeschool team from Texas, and Shadur Sanders was the quarterback, and Deion Sanders was the coach, and we got I was the coach over Catholic, and we absolutely got our teeth kicked in for 48 minutes. So you got to be careful with these old school teams. They got some really good players. So we're just going to get prepared for that the best we can this week.
Well, so not only have you played in the league with names like Joe Montana, you've coached against kids with names like Shedeur Sanders and the head coach Deion Sanders.
Y'all 100%. Yeah, I can't remember the Bengals first-round pick this year. I cannot remember his name. He was also on that team from Texas. So they were a homeschool team, and they were outstanding. So
the D-line?
Hopefully we're going to study up on the team from Georgia this weekend, and but hopefully be ready to go next weekend when we play.
Well, I hope you are too, Coach. Win or lose, I want you to call on. You always give us great insight. And again, I like calling you the GOAT because you've been around and you have a lot of knowledge, and you tell it how it is. If a kid is a D3 guy, you're telling me he's a D3 guy. You won't sell him a D1 dream, right? So I love the way you coach. I love the way you approach it, and I love what you're doing for the community of Farragut and Concord out there. I love those guys. Like you always say, some of the nicest people you will ever meet. Yes, yeah. So congratulations on another victory, Coach. I hope to speak to you next week on another victory. And before I leave here, you've played a game in Florida. You've had a team in North Carolina, and now you're playing a game. Is it a home game or away game versus Georgia?
Well, you know what's funny? We're actually playing the team in Georgia at Gatlinburg-Pittman High School.
Wow.
So we're meeting up there to play. But I told our players that. I said, you know, a lot of times when it comes to getting recruited, it's the other coach on the other school that put in the good word for you. Because a lot of times college coaches will say, "Who did you play against that was really good?" And so playing these teams from other states is just more exposure and just more word of mouth out there for our young men, which I think is going to end up being a positive for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've seen that. TCU was the first time I've seen that for my son. It was like, who's the best player that you played against? And I think at that time, I guess it was probably at practice Dawson Williford, right? Who I'm not undermining at all, because we know Dawson has that dog mentality. But I've never seen that on the application prior to talking to TCU. So, yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah, no doubt. I saw Dawson was at our game tonight. He's playing at TSU. So we're really proud of him and what he's going to accomplish.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. Hey, give Benji my love. He has a Cruz Schuler's going to be special, man. I think he's going to be better than Heath.
I hope so. I hope he is a great young man.
Yeah, he's great. And he can tell you, my co-host here, my brother Jermaine Blair, I was a huge Heath Schuler fan. So, but now Crew got my vote. Like I'm putting out the way. I got Crew on my team now.
I love it. Yeah, we're excited about Crew and his future, no doubt.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, give the family my love, and everybody out there at Concord, thanks for calling in. Have a great night.
Thanks for having me on, and really appreciate everything you guys do for high school sports.
Absolutely, no doubt. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right. Coach Steve Matthews, now the head coach over at Concord Christian School. He's taken over and he's turned that program around faster than, what we've seen with Jake Dawson and what Coach Graham is doing. However, it is a private school, Christian school, and but I see great things happening for him. We have another caller on the line. Let's see who's on the line here. Thanks for calling in to Friday Night Scoreboard, Coach DJ Pendergrass. Who do we have on the line, caller?
Coach Treadway, you guys called me.
Coach Treadway, we finally got you on the line. This is Midway's head coach. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing very well, thank you. After a big win like that, it's always a nice bus ride home.
Well, are you still on the bus now?
Yeah, we'll be on the bus for a while. It's about a 2-hour trip down here to Whitwell.
Whoa, now Whitwell's been good over the years. Am I wrong by saying that?
No, they had a very good football team last year. They've got a good football team this year. Their record really doesn't show how good they are. Their first 4 games were against AA opponents. They played the defending 2A state champion Marion County.
Oh, he must be going through. He's in the woods now. We might have to get Coach Treadway back on the line if we don't come back on here soon.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, Coach.
Yeah, Whittle's got a very good football team. Their record doesn't really show it, but they played such tough opponents earlier in the year. They played all AA teams, including 2A defending champion Marion County, who they led with 2 minutes to go in the game. So it's a big win for us tonight.
Absolutely. And you take long trips. You know, I think about, you know, getting on a plane. You know, they call it jet lag. Those kids that get on the bus and they take those long trips, I assume that the Tide did not have any bus lag.
Well, we try to make sure we get there in plenty of time to get off the bus and be off the bus for a few minutes where we're not trying to get ready for the game. We're just walking around, relaxing, and that kind of stuff. So we kind of try to plan ahead when we know we have a long bus trip to arrive probably about 45 minutes earlier than normal just to be off the bus.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you thought ahead, Coach. Knowing me, Coach DJ, I would have been there 30 minutes before the game. I'm glad you thought ahead of that, Coach. Tell us about the trenches. Who showed up for you tonight?
We had a lot of kids that played really, really well. Cage Edwards, Jake Mason, Austin Sears, Toby Nichols had 2 fumble recoveries for us. He's sophomore defensive end for us. Justice Lane. We just had a lot of kids that really stepped up. The score, 41-36 kind of looks like it was just a shootout, but we held them to around 150 yards total offense. But on 4 plays, they hit us for, 40-plus yard touchdowns beyond that 150 yards. They got an excellent quarterback and receivers, and we did a really good job up front defensively, and then they would hit us with something big and actually had us down 34-13 before we mounted a furious comeback.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's impressive. Had you down 34-13?
We were down 34-13 late in the third, and then we put 4 scores consecutive on the board.
Dang, Coach, you must have gave him some power pellets. What are you? I need some of that.
Honestly, the kids have been playing well the whole night. And like I said, they hit us with 4 big plays. But we just, kept telling our kids, look, just keep grinding. We're fine. Just keep moving the football. We shot ourselves in the foot a couple of times on other drives. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden it kind of started falling together. I think our conditioning really paid off. We like to go fast. And, we were in good shape, but they started to kind of drag a little bit on their defensive side. And so we were able to take advantage of that.
Wow, that conditioning is everything. The weight room condition, all that pays off in the fourth quarter fourth quarter when you really need it. Obviously, that happened for you guys. Wow, that is awesome, Coach.
I want to say also my coaching staff who handles that stuff, the weight room and the conditioning, they all did an outstanding job tonight. Nobody losing composure as far as, hey, the game is getting out of reach. Every coach would just continue to coach up their particular position player to keep doing things the way they were doing it. Keep doing them right. We're going to get back in this game. And so my coaching staff did a really great job tonight.
And that's awesome, Coach. And I ask a lot of coaches all the time, what does it take? How do you build a coaching staff? Because if the coaching staff doesn't mesh well, if they don't follow their role, I don't care how good of a team you are, you're going to lose.
And I agree with that, Coach. And I've been fortunate to be on some really, really good staffs. But one of the things that I do as the head coach when it comes to hiring staff people is I meet with them 2 or 3 times just privately in the field house. And we don't talk football. We just talk.
Yeah.
About family, about your life, your history, where you went to school, what's your job like, things like that. Get to know each other because I think, and then I think this is true with my current coaching staff, you got to care about each other because there are going to be times you're going to be frustrated with one another.
Yeah.
And if you care about somebody, you can be frustrated with them, but you can do it in the right way and still have that same common ground.
Yeah.
And my staff does a wonderful job of that.
That's awesome. Coach, I have my brother beside me here. He's my co-host today, and he's coached many years. Wonderful, wonderful coach over the years. And he's not coaching anymore. What advice are you going to give to him for me, Coach? I need you to bring it out of him to bring him back. What would you tell him?
You touch the lives of kids every day.
Yes, sir.
Win or lose on this game tonight, you still want to try to carry yourself in a way that you're touching lives. And if you're not in the business, you're not having that opportunity. And I'm sure that he is a valuable asset to a young person out there somewhere that would like to have him leading it.
Dun, dun, dun. Coach, I got tears in my eyes. You made me want to cry. Either I'm going to cry or I'm going to sing. I don't know which one, but that's what he needed to hear, and I appreciate that. So, Coach, guys, you drive safe back. Coach, I really appreciate you calling in. Congratulations on the victory. Who do you have next?
We got Oliver Springs next, and, of course, that'll be a tough one for us. Big region game. And, we're going to go back. It's a short week. We play on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Week.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure they're going to be prepared, and we're going to do our best to be prepared. And hopefully we'll have another great football game.
Absolutely. Well, I look forward to hearing from you next week. Again, congratulations on this win. Drive safe home. Praying for a safe trip home and healthy rest of the year.
Yes, sir. Thank you all very much. Appreciate y'all's support.
Always. Thank you, Coach. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
All right. Midway takes the victory all the way 2 hours away to Whitwell.
Long drive.
Ooh-wee.
It's a sweet ride back.
It's definitely a sweet ride back. Same thing for Oneida. Obviously, the trip is not that long, but they go to Oliver Springs down and come back and win. But down 34, he said 34-14 in the third quarter. If that's on FanDuel, those eyes are going. You're going to hit big if you betting on Midway at that point.
You're going to hit real big.
You're going to hit big if the odds are against them. 34-14 in the third quarter. If you bet with Midway, wow. So great job out there, those guys at Midway. Coach is great. He's a great man. He's came on and brought some of his guys on, and I had a great conversation with him. His kids are well-mannered, spoke very well on the show, and it's good to know that they're having success over there. They're always very competitive every year. They're always competitive. It's like I said about Gibbs. They've been knocking on the door. Coach Treadway eventually, I think, is going to kick that door down just like Gibbs did against Anderson County. Let's talk about some of these scores. You see Science Hill over Morristown East 45-0. Rockwood knocks down Oakdale 35-0. We need to reach out over there to Rockwood and see how they're doing. Gatlinburg Pittman knocks down West Green 49-7. We know what the Coalfield thing was like there. Polk County over Pigeon Forest 28-12. Ray County knocks down Lenoir City 46-0. Loudon takes down Sequoia 41-7. And Chucky Doak over Claiborne 19-13. A lot of these games are lopsided, just like there was like week 1 and week 2. Knox West, lopsided game, knocks down Clinton 56-21. Tennessee, they got a win over David Crockett, 42-0. Tennessee, I don't think they have that many wins this year. Scott over Union County, 28-6. Looks like Cosby over Cloudland, 38-22. Dobbins Bennett knocks down Jeff County, 21-14. What a game, 49-6. Carter over Full. You know what? I'm finna call Coach Todd right now. I'm going to hit him up right now. I'm going to hit up Coach Todd and see if he'll call into the show. Guys, if you want to call in and talk about your favorite team, 865-483-8112. That's 865-483-8112. I want to know a little bit more about somebody calling about that Oliver Springs thing. I want to know a little bit more about that. I'm going to text Coach Todd Helton right now and see if he'll give us a call into the show. That was a Rivalry Thursday game. 83-8112. No, not yet. And I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to the fans out there. I want you to meet Coach Todd Helton. Great man. Maryville guy. He's from out in Blount County way, but now he's taking over. So Rivalry Friday, OEB Law Rivalry Friday, by the way, but now he is at Carter, And I had the opportunity to go talk to Coach Todd Helton and meet some of his players and look at their facilities. And Coach Todd Helton has a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, and it seems like he's turned the Carter program around, because many years Carter has not even been relevant. Way back in the day, they were good, but they haven't even been relevant here lately. And it seems like he's turning things around. We're getting a phone call. I really hope it is Coach Todd Helton calling in. Knox Webb is just not doing good. Notre Dame beat them 50-40.
Man, listen.
My goodness.
I told my cousin the other day, man, y'all garbage. I said, man, I ain't never seen Webb like this. And then for them to, I seen an article or something one day that said they only had like 19, 20 kids at practice one day or something. Like, how?
3 days ago, they had 24 kids. Now, the middle school is over with, and they're going to grab some guys from the middle school to go up. But just 3 days ago, they had 24 kids suit up. It was one practice before they played the Grace game. They had 19 kids. When I looked on the sideline, there was like 8 kids on the sidelines. Yeah.
70.
Yeah, and a freshman put up almost 400 yards. Yeah. Got Coach Todd Helton on the line. Let's talk to Coach Todd Helton. Thank you for calling in to the Friday Night Scoreboard. Is this Coach Todd Helton?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Man, I'm great, Coach. Thank you for calling in. Coach, you had a Rivalry Friday ball game on TV, and you did not disappoint. Let's talk about that victory tonight.
Oh, I wish I could take the credit, but kudos to the staff, the kids. I mean, we really executed at a high level, so really pleased to take that momentum into the bye week. So, you know, it's a good night to be a Carter Hornet.
Yeah, absolutely, and they have a great leader in Coach Helton. How about that?
No, I just sit back and get to enjoy I'll be honest. It's really about the process and the things that we've been doing over the past 6 years, and watching our kids execute at a high level, buy into what we're trying to sell, and so it's been, you know, it's a proud moment to get to, you know, 5-2, get some confidence built in for this last little stretch in this season. It's like I told them on TV tonight. I mean, I put this region up against anybody in the state other than private schools as being the most difficult. So I'm proud of the way our kids have competed for the past, 7 weeks. So looking forward to kind of resting, getting healthy, and then kind of finishing this stretch off.
Well, Coach, no wins come without trenches. You throw out some, and you know what? I talk about the trenches on this show and every show that I do, because they don't get the write-ups. They don't get the MVP trophies. They don't get the recognition they deserve. But without the line on either side, you don't win ball games. Throw some of those names out there about those guys in the trenches, Coach.
Well, I'll be honest. At Carter, this has been a kind of a weak spot per se, not really, but we kind of really, our offensive coordinator, and myself, we kind of dove in deep this year to try to hire somebody, try to figure out how we can get the best leader. And we hit a home run with Aiden Studeville. He's our new offensive line coach this year.
Okay.
Those guys have been nothing short of exceptional. You've got Jake Coffey, who plays left tackle. Justin Pilot plays left guard. Peyton Hawkins has done a phenomenal job. He's a sophomore. And then at right guard, Cole Condrey, he's a junior. And then our tackle is Carson Cross. And those guys have, we just talked about it in the office before we left. It's very unusual for 5 offensive linemen to kind of gel and play together every snap of every game. And that's what those guys have done, and they've done a phenomenal job. We're blessed with that group, and we're blessed to have a leader of that group that has really poured into those kids, developed those relationships, and you're starting to see, you're not starting, it's kind of been all year, but you're really seeing the fruits of those labors. So couldn't be more proud of that group.
Indeed, Coach. And I stopped by there Tuesday, met you, some of your staff members and some of the players. But what was most intriguing to me was that play that your daughter drew up. Did you get to run the play?
Actually, we should have run the play, but we were having so much success on the ground tonight that we continue to feed Joe Brody. I mean, I heard on the headset tonight our defensive coordinator said, you didn't have Brody with 3 rushing touchdowns on your bingo card. So, to have that much success on the ground kind of attributes back to what you started with. That's our offensive line. Mm-hmm. So, but we should have ran, Lila's annexation of Puerto Rico.
Hey, Coach, I have my brother. He's a longtime coach of the youth league up to middle school. And if you had seen the play, right, I think you would have ran that play too, Coach. You would have ran that play too.
I think it was impossible. I think it was 6 vertical, so somebody would have been ineligible. But
I love it, Coach. Thank you so much for calling in.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
absolutely. Who you have next week?
We're on a bye next week, and then we have senior night at Carter against Austin East. So looking forward to really being able to honor these seniors who have been a pivotal part of kind of building this culture and process that we've been working so hard towards. So I'm looking forward to a great night for those guys. Indeed.
Looking forward for you as well, Coach. There was a lot of F's in there, and I didn't even cuss.
Well, I appreciate you reaching out. I appreciate you coming by our program. You're always welcome in Strawberry Plains. I appreciate you promoting our program. Thank you.
And I think OEB Law put a post up about the game tonight. I put on my Carter shirt. In the comments, you can find me wearing my Carter Hornets shirt. So shout out. Good job. Thanks for the swag, Coach.
Absolutely. It's like I told a couple people tonight, everybody looks better in green and white. So put that around. Yes, sir.
Well, don't forget my mini helmet. I added to my collection that's right in front of me right now.
I will most definitely get you one. Yes, sir.
All right, Coach. Thanks for talking to me. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you. Have a great night. Go Hornets.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir. Yeah, bye.
Coach Ty Helton, head coach over there. Now, I talked to him. He said he didn't want to do anything but coach defense and be a part of kids' lives. That fell into his lap for him to take over the head coaching role, and he's turning the program around. I like what he has. Do we have somebody on the line? Okay, we don't have anybody on the line. I did find out who got kicked out of that Olive Springs game. I got the insight right now, and I told him to call in, but he said he's been tossed from a game. He don't need more publicity. Oh, shoot. I got Coach Webb from Rockwood on the line. And, guys, we're getting ready to close this night out. I don't even know if we get time to talk about some football, but let's talk to Coach John Webb at Rockwood. Coach Webb, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Congratulations on another victory tonight.
I appreciate it.
That was a good comeback. Last week was a tough game you guys played, and now you move on to another W in the win column. Tell us a little bit about your victory and how did you prepare for this game?
Well, coming off last week, it was a very disappointing week for us. We felt like we had a chance in that ball game. We just didn't get done, and emotionally, we've come off, big long stretch here where we played a lot of emotional games, and, we knew that we needed to get back in practice and, get our minds right, and I felt like we did this week and went up and played a pretty good game tonight at Oakdale.
Yeah, absolutely you did. Coach, have you already had your bye week? Is it coming up? You on fall break? Who do you have next?
We got Cumberland County this next week, and then we'll go on fall break and then bye week the following week.
All right. So the Cumberland County game, is that at home or away?
It's at Cumberland County.
So you have to travel.
Yes, sir.
What do you do for your players to make sure they can take that travel and not have bus lag time they get there?
Well, we're, on a 2-game road trip. We went to Oliver Springs last week and went to Oakdale tonight. And, our kids, they handle it pretty well as far as I know. We do a lot of that in the preseason, to just get kind of used to it. And I don't really think it's that big a deal. We're not traveling too awful far, Cumberland County is probably about a 35, 40-minute drive. And, about the same as it is to Oakdale or Oliver Springs, maybe just a little bit further. But it's not like we're, traveling 2 hours, so it's not that bad at all.
It's not a whipwheel, right?
That's right, absolutely.
Well, Coach, again, I appreciate you always calling in, supporting the show. Big support for the Tigers. You're doing great things out there for the green and gold, and super excited. I hope to hear from you next week after another victory.
That sounds good, man. I appreciate you.
All right, have a good night. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We got a caller on the line. I heard I got another special caller. I've had 2 special calls tonight. Who do we have on the line?
How you doing, DJ? It's Jonathan Cox.
Jonathan, now that's that. Now see, Jonathan Cox is the man, the myth, the legend. He's the man behind the 5-star preps, and he knows all the scores.
You are the PA guy at Oak Ridge at that JV game.
What's that?
You were the PA guy the other night at a JV game.
Hey, come on, man. You can't tell everybody that, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't spoil your cover. Yeah, what was football like tonight in East Tennessee? I didn't really see much. I know I heard Central had a big win at McMinn, and Grace went to Chattanooga tonight and played a really good half of football, and then got down, I think, 21-7 and came back and scored 21-14, and then gave up a pretty good 3rd down conversion, and then kind of Gary Rankin runs a touchdown with 40 seconds to go in the game, up 2 scores.
Wow.
So taking a knee. So, but kind of weird. But yeah, that's it's going to be an interesting dynamics. I told them tonight if that's what good looks like in that division, Grace can get there.
Absolutely.
So yeah. Did Oak Ridge play tonight?
Oak Ridge, well, they had a scrimmage tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they played Bearden.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that ain't as big a game as it used to be, is it?
No, it was a good scrimmage.
The Bulldogs went to 75 North.
Yeah. On the jet. Oh.
That's right.
On the jet.
I thought it was an 18-wheeler.
Well, it is. As a matter of fact, it was, and I think it says something about Mavericks on that 18-wheeler.
That's right.
So it looks like Bradley Central knocks down Cleveland.
Oh, wow.
I didn't see that coming. So I thought it was the other way. I thought Cleveland beat Bradley Central. But all the Cleveland's players left and went to Bradley Central.
Yeah, they did. And then some of them, like tonight, a couple of them at Boyd. I mean, it sounds like Cleveland, Bradley Central, they're just going every which way.
That's why. Well, Clinton took a big loss to West tonight.
Who lost to West?
Clinton.
Oh, Clinton. Was that close?
No, it wasn't. No. It wasn't close. There's no definition for it. It's like 56-7 maybe.
No, it's 56-21, I think.
Oh, 56-21? Oh, they scored 3 times. That wasn't close. It wasn't close. Concord played Providence Academy 49-21. Next week they play a homeschool team out of Georgia, in Georgia. Halls is good, but they're not winning the games they need to. What do you say about Halls?
Yeah, I think it's last year you didn't hear much talk about Halls. This year, I think Jesse made the comment that was kind of his team. Couldn't really be a sleeper pick this year because of how good they ended the year last year. Everybody thought they were going to be good. I think Halls is just inconsistent, and I think they lost a couple of the linebackers that started last year for them, so the defense early on wasn't as good. Lost a couple of linemen.
So I think they've got some skill positions and stuff. But I tell you what I've noticed when these programs try to become from good to elite.
Yeah.
They have a hard time doing that.
Yeah.
And it's understanding. It's all 11 guys on each side of the ball working together, and not taking plays off, and not getting in your feelings when something don't go your way. I think that's kind of West, for example. Their defense was so good for so many years. They won state championships, and Halls was that level where everybody respects them now. They've got some good teams, but they're not beating the elite caliber talent.
Right.
To get over that hump, to be respected in a different tier of competition, if you would. And I think that just comes with the culture and what it takes to be elite at that level.
Culture is the perfect word.
Like you take Lamar Brown out of West. Look at West right now.
I know it. Big win tonight, though.
Yeah, big win tonight. Clinton's another team that I can't figure out. How do you lose to the Carnes loss? Just throws me off. And I would say that has something to do with a young coach trying to, he's new, and week-to-week grind with full football season is different than anything he's experienced at the, wearing the headset.
Yeah.
But one of the big shocks, I think, was how good that William Blount Heritage game was last night.
Was it not?
Coming down the wire.
Yes, that was good.
Yeah, and William Blount Heritage both much better. And then I think the biggest surprise of the weekend is Gibbs. I knew the little man. I can't remember his name. I've watched him grow up about 5th, 6th grade. I knew he was going to be a good quarterback. But last night played a really good game and went on the road and won at Anderson County.
At Anderson County. Quarterback 1 is out. Quarterback 2 got hurt against Gibb. Jay John got hurt against Gibb. And third-string quarterback came in through an interception at the wrong time, went on a game-winning drive for Anderson County. First loss since 2016 in the region. First region loss since 2016. And the first time Gibbs has beaten them in like 40-something years.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So what happened to Jay? What happened? Did he get hurt?
Benjamin, I got a message that he had a concussion. Oh, Jason? I don't know. I don't know the injury. I haven't talked to Gillum yet. I'll probably reach out to him in the morning and see how he's doing and how his boy's doing and stuff. But I just heard he went out. I heard he had got hit big near the end zone, I want to say. He said it got hit real hard, and he came back in and scored a touchdown, and they didn't see him again after that.
I got you. That's man, that's tough. I mean, he's one of the best football players in the state. In the
state, period, hands down. He's different. Elite. Yeah, he is. What is going on with Webb, dude?
They're just not any good.
I mean,
they're not. The line's not any good.
Trash.
It's not good. I mean, there's nothing. I can't say anything positive about it. I think if Jesse Smithy has ever missed on one, this is one he's missed on. He had them in their top 15 to start the season.
Wow.
Wow. Now are they going to win a game?
I don't know, man. When I see Shavar running back, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah. But, I mean, everybody knows they're going to be looking for a new head football coach. People knew that before the season started. So they're going to be looking for a new head football coach. And, I think what surprises me the most is we don't have a lot of Power 4 football players, Power 5 football players, if you would, SEC, ACC guys.
Right.
And when you watch T. Higgins play, and he went to that level, and you knew he was going to be good. Deshaun Bishop, you watched him play in high school. The young kid, he just don't carry. He don't carry a team like Bishop could carry a team, or like a T. Higgins. It's just different. I don't know. I can't explain it. But the supporting cast around, it's sad. I mean, I watched Grace play them. They scored 10 out of 11 possessions, and the only possession they didn't score, they dropped the ball going to the end zone.
Yeah. Yeah. I was at that game. That was that was crazy. That was one of those crazy games.
Yeah, it was wild. But interesting football year, going on. If you look at what's developing, there's some of the powerhouses. It's not as powerful right now, and you got some teams, I think, trying to find their way. What happens to Halls? What happens to Powell? Powell did not impress me early in the year when I watched him, but now they're rolling.
Yeah.
And I just think if you look at the collection of what's going on right now, outside of Alcoa dominating 4A, I don't know how good 4A and 5A really are right now.
Yeah, I agree.
If you look at the big picture.
Yeah, I agree.
In the redesign of what's going on, I mean, you got Alcoa that's going to dominate, and then the rest of 4A. Where do Greenville? I thought they looked pretty good against Sevier County, and then 5A you kind of got Sevier County and Powell, but outside of that, there's not a lot of depth this year in the public school 4A and 5A classifications. Now you go down toward Upperman, you see a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Sevier County's 22-0.
Right on the way home earlier, and who's celebrating right now is all these 3A teams.
Yeah.
They don't have Alcoa.
Yeah.
You got Scott County 6-1. You got Gatlinburg Pittman 7-0. All these teams basically are trying to figure out who make the state tournament to go get beat by Westview. Out of the Memphis area, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. As this plays out over the next couple weeks, it will be interesting to see, who makes out of 3A. If anybody can beat Alcoa at 4A and then 5A, is it going to be Sevier County again, or is it going to be Powell?
I mean, who do you have beating Sevier County? I mean, they're 22-0 at this point.
Yeah. I've watched them early in the year against Farragut, and I'll get to watch them again next week. Grace travels to Sevier County.
It's a TV game.
One of them had a game, and both of them needed a couple games, so they're playing each other next week. I think somebody like a Powell could beat a Sevier County, and I don't say that because I think they're better than Sevier, but they had Sevier beat last year.
So did West. So did Oak Ridge.
Yeah, so did Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge is 6A now. Is that right, DJ?
That is correct, and they're 7-0 in 6A, and their next two games is against Farragut and Hardin Valley, and then they end the season playing Maryville.
So they're going to be 9-0 with a showdown with Maryville.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And Maryville has one loss against Alcoa.
And Maryville has one. And Maryville, I think the worst thing that could happen for everybody in town is them lose that game to Alcoa. I talked to Coach Hunt. It was a couple weeks ago at a JV game. He said, my team's practiced different. They've played different. He said it's the best thing that could happen to us.
Wow, yeah. Well, I can't wait for that showdown. That Maryville Oak Ridge should be good. I was thinking that
played.
Huh? I think it's in Maryville. At
Maryville.
Yeah, at Maryville. I was thinking the Anderson County Alcoa game was going to be good, but the Mavs got a hill to climb.
Man, they gonna get a
good
spanking.
Let me ask you that: Is Gillen's kid going to be back to play in the regular season or postseason either one?
So I talked to Gillen about a week or two ago, and he said the hopes is he comes in like the last game or two in the regular season to get ready, to ball out in the playoffs. But that was a couple weeks, and that was the hopes. I heard he's out to sling. Somebody called in today, said he's throwing the ball around, looking to get his strength back up. So I don't know. I really don't know. The outside world says no, it'll be playoffs. Gillum says he's hoping a game or two before the playoffs. So we're yet to see that. And Booby went out, got hurt yesterday, as I was saying. Against Gibb. Booby got hurt, so the third string quarterback came in. So it's a long road for them, man.
And hats off to that third string quarterback. I was reading a little bit about that. I didn't know what happened. That kid qualified for the state golf tournament, I think, on Monday, and on Thursday night he's slinging the ball around against Gibbs in in a region football game. So that's kind of hard. You know you want to even practice Monday. So
hold on. So is it Reese Russell?
What's that?
Is it Reese Russell?
No, from my understanding, the kid that came in was named Maddox Tackett.
Hold on, tell me. Maddox Tackett is, you know what? Maddox Tackett, he's from Oliver Springs.
That name sounds familiar.
Maddox Tackett's from Oliver Springs. He did go over there. Maddox Tackett, not only, what do you say, golf? He plays golf. He's the best.
He played golf, and he qualified for the state tournament on Monday in golf, and then think about it on Thursday. So there's no way he had a day or two of practice.
Well, but he's a super athlete, but that's unfortunate for Tackett, man. You know, he was like the top 3 archery guy in like the United States of America a year or two ago.
Yeah.
I mean, this he's a phenom athlete. Wow, I didn't know it was Tackett that came in.
Yeah. From my understanding, I mean, I literally texted Jesse. I got a text that who's 19 from Harrison County. He just came in the game. And then, of course, I just texted Jesse and said, who's 19? He said, I don't know. Let me look. And he said, Maddox Tackett.
Yeah.
And then he texted back and said, did he not just qualify for the state golf tournament? I said, I think he did.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, I was going to say, if your son is a quarterback and he's broke his collarbone and you come back, do you play him against Alcoa in the regular season?
I wouldn't.
I mean, best football team, but at the same time, if I read this right today, if Gibbs wins out, Anderson County will be third and not host a home playoff game this year.
Wow.
If Gibbs wins out. But now Gibbs has Carter left on the schedule and Heritage left on the schedule.
And both of those teams are good.
And both those are, So it'd be interesting to see what happens with the tiebreakers and all that stuff. But, I will say this, as a guy who likes high school football, that Maryville Oak Ridge game, it'll be a hyped up game, and it'll be very interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, and you can tell my Oak Ridge guy this. I'll give him Oak Ridge, and I'll give him 13 points for a Big Ed's Pizza if he wants to take the Richards.
Well, he's not here anymore. I don't think he'll be back.
Okay.
But I will text him and let him know if he's not watching.
Oh yeah, he's watching. So he's watching. So I'll give him Oak Ridge, and I'll give him 13 points to go with it, make him feel good for a Big Ed's Pizza.
For Big Ed's Pizza, that's a good deal right there. That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Well, Cox, I appreciate you calling in, man. It's late. I didn't even figure you'd be up. I got lucky with you. But I guess since you're on the phone, did we get a good trade with Aguilar from I'ma Leave You?
Absolutely. I mean, if you watch them, I think, and I don't know a ton about football, but, if you watch Heupel's system, everybody, he needs to throw the deep ball. And I think he throws the deep ball well, and I think he throws that short passing, that little slant across the middle well, and obviously he's picked up on what's going on, but, I think there's never any secrets in these games. There's a reason why Josh Heupel said, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm not paying you more money.
That's right.
I mean, you can say what you want to. Everybody was like, why is he, I can't believe Nico's not better than this. Well, if he was better than this, he'd been playing as a freshman. So, there was something there all along that, I don't know if it was couldn't process it, couldn't do it in the game, couldn't throw the deep ball, but I'd say Joey's football's doing all right for Tennessee right now. If that kicker makes that kick, I bet they're 89% chance they make playoffs.
Yeah, 100%. Still in the playoff talk, but yeah.
Oh, yes, for sure. But if you win that game, if he makes the kick, it's real simple.
Yeah, period.
All said and done, that's your job. Go do your job.
Exactly.
It's like a guy missing free throws at the end of the game. You can question the timeouts and all that, but at the end of the day, go do your job.
Exactly. Yeah, period.
So,
period.
Yeah. Well, hey, DJ, thanks for doing the show. I'm going to go pick my son up. I just got back from Grace. The buses are here, so I'm going to get my son, and I guess we'll get back to work. And y'all have a great week, and hope everything goes well, and appreciate you doing the show.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Cox.
What type of 7? You got anything in your mouth? No, sir. Just lift your tongue up for me. Lift it up. Okay, so this thing is called a preliminary breath test, okay? You just seal your lips around.
Jonathan Cox, for all you long-time Friday night scoreboard fans, Cox special guest called in tonight, so we appreciate that. My special guest tonight, Coach Jermaine Blair. How'd you enjoy it, man?
Oh, man, I enjoyed it, man. Sit here and get to really just listen to guys talk football, man, high school coaches. Hey, it don't get no better than that.
Well, my producer told me next week, it's right here on my paper, next week, you have to lead the show. I can't lead the show. You have to lead it. Are you ready?
I ain't say I was coming next week.
Hey, guys, this show is brought to you by Friday Night Show. The Friday Night Scoreboard is brought to you by the Free Medical Clinic. Guys, go to fmcor.org. That's fmcor.org to get more information. If you need care, go there and get started. Again, there's no bill. You won't get billed if you don't have any insurance or underinsured. There's no bill. Over $9 million worth of care just last year, and they'll make sure that you're taken care of and get the help that you need and truly deserve. Also, those patients that are having opioid crisis, substance abuse orders, mental health disorders, the Free Medical Clinic has all those programs ready to help you. You can get started at fmcor.org. That's fmcor.org. The Free Medical Clinic is a proud sponsor right here for the Friday Night Scoreboard. And, guys, we appreciate you guys watching, tuning in. Go ahead and make someone aware. Please share. We didn't get to talk much about football, but I'm totally elated that my brother came in and spent the time with me. He said he wasn't coming tonight. And he said he's not coming next week, but I'm going to do my best to get him back on. He has a lot more personality than I do. He's not showing it yet, but we're going to bring it out of him, guys. Coach Jermaine Blair, you have any words for the people at home?
Man, I ain't got no words for the people at home. I just want to say go Vols and keep rolling Wildcats.
So I'm going to end with rock it up, we'll always be home, sweet home to me. Good old rock it up. Hey, guys, have a good night. Rocky Top, Tennessee, we're out of here.
This week on Rivalry Friday, it's Grace at Sevier County. Coverage starts at 6:30 on the Knox.
Bring the whole family together at the Free Medical Clinic Holiday Ice Rink at Roan State Community College, Harriman Campus, all of November. Glide on synthetic ice with family and friends, or go skating for the first time and create joyful memories for all ages. Leading up to the Roan State Christmas tree lighting on November 17th, where everyone skates for free.
See you on the ice. Bye.
For more information, go to fmcor.org, fmcor.org.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength.
Yeah, there's so much pedestrian traffic around here.
Do you need help getting people out of the car?
I don't know. Let me go see.
No, man.
Maximum Highway Patrol.
No. No. Hey, are you guys headed right here to the after party? Is that where you're going?
Yeah. We're meeting at like we're gonna Uber home. We just met this dude.
Okay. Well, yeah, he's obviously under arrest, so yeah, you can take your purses with you and everything. But like you're planning on getting an Uber home?
Yeah, definitely.
All of you?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
We have like rides and whatever.
Yeah.
We just
Okay.
met him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you guys are. Yeah, he wasn't much of a DD. He's pretty drunk. Yeah, he wasn't driving very good. But anyway, if you guys want to, if you're going inside, go ahead.
Can I step out?
Yeah. Yeah. There's a marijuana pipe. It's not pass fail, but if you want to keep calling it pass fail,
You would have said I failed, but it's not pass fail. But you won't let me. Come on, sir. Please don't be like this, bro. Come on, bro. And the handcuffs too tight. And you tightened my handcuffs up, and I was cooperative. These handcuffs is tight on my wrist, sir.
I asked you if they were. I can loosen them in just a minute, okay? All right.
Get your ass shit, bro. Sir, you was a f***ing snake, bro.
I was a snake?
You tried to act like you was a snake. I passed every test. Like, you want to arrest, like, I'm glad you got arrested.
You want to step out? It's probably going to be easier.
No, I don't want you, because I want you to say I'm doing nothing out the ordinary. Do it right here.
All right.
I'm trying to be respectful for y'all.
It's really hard to reach the little keyhole.
I'm right here. I mean, what test did I fail? Can you tell me that?
Again, man, they're not pass or fail, but if you're trying to say it's pass fail, then you could say you failed all of them.
What did I fail, sir? What did I fail?
I just told you all of them.
It's not true.
Well, I know you don't think that.
But
again,
you would have told me that off the real. Now all of a sudden.
Does that feel better?
No, it don't.
Well, it's going to be a lot easier if you step out, man. It really is. Oh, hang on 1 second.
Let me step out. I was trying to keep it respectful with you.
Just turn like this.
Oh, you happy?
I didn't get you.
You happy? You did. Don't touch me.
What you getting in my
man.
I ain't moved. Touch me. You want to touch me so bad? Touch me. I hope I down y'all wash out the soul on y'all. Don't touch me. I wasn't in your face. I was in my
Does that feel better on this?
touch me. No. Neither one of the hands.
I just loosened it.
No, neither one of the hands don't.
Okay, I can put two fingers in there.
Neither one of the hands don't.
Okay, just turn that way so I can do this a little easier, okay?
Not you, man. Hurrah, Trump boy. Hurrah.
Okay, try not to. This is a lot harder when you're moving around like that.
I'm not moving, man. But this is what I'm saying. If my car is parked, why can't nobody take my car with a license?
Because you've been arrested for DUI. And
I wasn't driving.
You're the registered.
I wasn't driving.
What do you mean you weren't driving?
My car is parked right there.
All right,
Nobody's
man.
talking to you.
Come on, let's get back in the car.
You ain't even loosen this up, sir.
I loosened
My
them.
right one, no, you didn't.
Look, man, I can fit two fingers very clearly through there.
Oh, my right one, no, you didn't, man.
It's not going to be comfortable. I don't even know how much more I can loosen them.
Wow.
Because then it'll just fall off.
What I'm gonna do?
Well, I have to keep you in handcuffs. I can't just take them off.
Talking to you, man. All right, bro. Hey, I want. What's your name, sir? You touched me.
Trooper Pence.
Trooper Pence.
Yes, sir.
Can I get
Badge
that?
number 518.
Can I get that down?
That's it for you.
I'm asking as nicely, please. Can I get that on the car? Can I get your car, please, sir?
I don't have any cards.
You touched me. I don't like you assaulting me, sir. I didn't move towards you or nothing.
All right.
I didn't like how you touched me, and I didn't touch you nowhere.
This is just making the
I
night
don't
last
care.
longer.
What's your name? One more time.
Trooper Pence.
Pence.
Yes, sir.
Pence. Pence. Can I get that wrote down? Can you just
Sure,
write it down?
I'll
with his
write it
badge
in
number?
I'll write it in my report.
I don't want it to reply. I want it with me.
You want me to write his name on a piece of paper and give it to you?
And yours too. And yours
I
too.
told you it's going to be on there, man. Like, this isn't the time and place to argue and act
I'm
like
not
this.
arguing. I just want what's right, what's owed to me. What's my right?
Don't back into me.
I'm not talking to you, man. You stay out of this, please.
Okay, will you just get in my car so we can get... I'm trying to get you through the process as quickly as possible, but when you sit here and do this...
I didn't fail no test, though, sir.
Okay, man.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
Yes. We're okay. Josh Anderson is a Republican who has fought for families across Anderson County throughout his adult life. Josh is a farmer, a husband, and a father.
Well, a busy night of Week 7 high school football as Week 7 is upon us. Welcome to Strawberry Plains as the 4-2 Carter Hornets will play host to the Fulton Falcons as Fulton is looking for win number 1 on the season. That is kind of hard to say, to tell you the truth, because as the old guy, I remember all those days that Fulton was winning championships. Mark Packer along with Aaron Harvey. Tonight, so no Sophie Starkey this evening. She's in a wedding. Justin Long, former head coach of the Fulton, he's the current head coach of the Fulton Falcons, former quarterback, won championships here. This program means a lot to him.
Yeah, and in his second year here as head coach of Fulton, it's one of those, he knew what he was getting into. It's kind of a rebuilding effort because this hasn't been the Fulton of yore, as you mentioned earlier. But
my era.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you know, he cares about the program, and that's what you want to see.
100%. And so the Falcons come in at 0-6, and the key, and we'll talk to him in just a few minutes, is getting that lead early, having the opportunity to give his kids some confidence. Well, for the second week in a row on Rivalry Thursday, we had a barn burner. Last week it went to overtime, Sevier County 30, Greenville 27. And then last night, Heritage and William Blount in the battle for the bell, a game that went down to the final play of the game. Let's check back in with Austin Price and Eric Kane for a look back at last night's Rivalry Thursday game.
Thanks, Mark. Here on Rivalry Thursday was the Battle of the Bell over at Heritage. William Blount making the cross-county trek to take on the Mountaineers, and it was a great one. I tell you what, Eric, back and forth we went. First, it was William Blount finding pay dirt as Dabrowski, one of his 4 total touchdowns on the night.
Yeah, it was 19-0 lead early in the second half, but then Heritage came back. You saw Bowers get in the end zone for the first time, and trying to find a stop defensively, ultimately could not find it until later in the game.
Yeah, and William Blount continually just picked up third down after third down. Aiden Klein finds pay dirt. That puts William Blount up 14. Heritage would come back. Here's Madden McNeil. He finds his target, and it's a touchdown for Ethan Bryant, 34-27. Last play of the game.
Yeah, last play of the game, and it was Bislow that stood up the safety from William Blount. What a play. Had to have it. Made that stop there at the 1-yard line. 1 yard. It's a heartbreaker for Heritage. Again, down 19 points in the first half. It came back to lose 34-27.
Heritage has now lost 2 games in a row. Last week, though, that one hurt more for the playoffs because that was against Carter. Tonight, all about pride inside the county. The Battle of the Bells headed back to the other side to William Blount for the 4th straight year. The road team wins in this series. Mark, back to you.
Yeah, what a game last night, all the way down to the last play of the game, and William Blount held off Heritage to get the win 34-27. Spectacular night here tonight in Week 7, and as always, Rivalry Thursday and Rivalry Friday brought to you by the exclusive auto partner of the Rivalry brand, that being Ted Russell Ford. 2 locations in Knoxville of the Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln as well. All kinds of games around the area tonight. Who will be the players of the week? You know, some big games. Hardin Valley at Farragut tonight. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, Farragut trying to build on that win that they got last week against Bearden.
Which was tough.
Yeah, it was tough. And Hardin Valley got off to a really great start this season, and maybe had their confidence checked a little bit there, right there in the middle. But, of course, those schools close to each other, they want to get that rivalry victory against each other.
100%. With that said, and other players around the area, let's head back to the WBIR studios and check in and see who the Blitz players of the week are. Here is Emily Ray Cochran.
Week 6 of the high school football season is all wrapped up, but before we move on, we take a look back at our players of the week. First, on the offensive side of the ball, Clinton senior Bryson Maddox taking home this week's honors. The wide receiver with a big game on senior night, 7 catches, 216 yards receiving, 386 total yards, and 4 touchdowns in total as well. The Dragons won that game 53-15 over Campbell County. But that's not all. Maddox also broke a school record in the same game, all-time receiving yards with 2,547 for the school. And he says adding his name to the Dragons record book is a dream come true.
I got around like mid last year and I knew it was an opportunity, but I knew how to keep working. But sophomore, freshman year, I didn't even really think about it. And then, I just kept working, and it's really a blessing, and I'm so grateful to be where I'm at. We had a thought, but once again, we had to know I had to have a big game. And, being here for 4 years has been a dream of mine, so it means everything to me, honestly.
Over on the defensive side of the ball, the honors go to Coalfield linebacker Cameron Greer. The junior had 14 tackles, 1 sack, and 1 tackle for loss in the Yellow Jackets win over Oneida 33-0. He said he didn't even know he won Player of the Week until his mom told him, but says the support he's gotten from his school and community has been super special.
It's awesome. I've probably got 100 unread text messages just from people that I've talked to once around town. It's crazy. It's awesome. It really is. Defense that's what I watch when football games come on. Just defense, and that's what I'm real passionate about, so I'm glad to see it getting recognition.
A big congratulations to both of those guys. Coalfield set to host Harriman this week, and Clinton will hit the road to play West. Kickoff for both of those matchups is on Friday night, always set for 7 p.m. For now, I'll send things back to you.
Emily Ray, thank you, and anxious to see who all the candidates are tonight. What a great look there from Scotty Liston. Vision as area covered is brought to you by Gatlinburg Sky Park each and every week. Got to get over there as the homecoming court is making its way their way out onto the field to Gatlinburg Sky Park. The sunrise breakfast out there, what a great time of year for that. All right, let's catch us a break right here. You are watching the Hearthside Bank pregame show as we work our way towards OEB Law Rivalry Friday, presented by Carson Newman. It is Fulton and Carter at the top of the hour.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results. 546-1111.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
The free medical clinic offers primary care at no cost to the working poor. Every day, thousands of families live in fear, afraid to get sick or injured because they have no insurance and low income. But FMC removes that fear. We help people get back to work, back to school, and back on their feet, keeping our families healthy and our economy moving forward, especially for our rural and minority neighbors. With a full suite of services, top-tier medical professionals, FMC is redefining what healthcare looks like for the underserved. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Welcome back to Carter as the homecoming court has made its way out onto the field, and beautiful shots there by Scotty Liston looking down on on the band, and all of the girls and their parents out there on the field here at Carter High School. It's at the top of the hour. It's 4-2 Carter playing host to the Fulton Falcons, looking for their first win. Had a chance to catch up with the head coach of the Hornets, Todd Helton, as positive a guy as you will ever visit with.
Carter head coach Todd Helton, is green your favorite color?
I love green. It's like I tell everybody looks better in green, absolutely.
This region for you, it's almost like the SEC, is it not? I mean, there's just no off nights.
I mean, it's like I just had a conversation with a head coach today. I would put this region up in the state minus private as one of the best regions in the state of Tennessee, top to bottom. And you saw that last night when Gibbs upset, and I don't even really know if that was an upset Anderson County. So, it's tough. You've got to bring your A game every week, and our kids have been battle tested now, so I'm hoping that some of those matchups with Grace and the overtime with South Dual, and so some of those have prepared us for this late run that we're going to have to make.
So what makes you think that when you get to the playoffs, you're not just going to show up and hey, we're here? You actually could maybe stay a few weeks.
Well, we've been there, right? So these kids, we have a really good junior and senior class, so we're hopeful as a staff and as a program that we've kind of built ourselves and hedged on those moments so that when we get those opportunities, we can actually capitalize and not just be happy to be there. That's where we're trying to get the program to where it's not just good enough to make the playoffs. Now we've got to advance and make a little bit of noise.
So we're just a few minutes before kickoff at this point. Obviously, you've got a key player who's out tonight. Scruggs is out this evening. Now's when you kind of test the depth, is it not?
Well, yeah, we're going to have a lot of kids that are going to have to step up. Jody's super dynamic. He's impossible to replace, but we're blessed with Devontae Scruggs, who's a sophomore, who's actually Jody's brother, Jackson Stuffle, Isaac Cookston, and it always makes you feel confident when you have a junior, battle-tested quarterback. And, I mean, he's going to have to play really well tonight. Our offensive line, defense is going to have to play fundamentally sound. They have a lot of athletes that can hurt you really quick. So we're going to have to be very, very, very intentional in everything that we do tonight.
So Jenna Wilson named your homecoming queen. They do things a little differently as OEB Law Rivalry Fridays, brought to you by Carson Newman. By the way, coming up on December the 5th, it is Charter Day for Carson Newman, honoring our heritage, ensuring our future at Carson Newman. So they do things differently now than they used to do whenever I was in school. It used to be a popularity contest and everybody would vote on it. Well, now it's essentially how much money can you raise for charity.
Yeah, well, that's how it was when I was in school, but I went to Wartburg. So when people are raising money, they're getting $5,000, $6,000. Maybe that might be the winner. But golly, the winner here raised $31,000. $31,000.
31 grand.
Yeah, and 62 grand between first place and second place. That's a lot of money.
It just goes to show where we are. Now it's all about fundraising.
Yeah.
Who raises the most money is the homecoming queen.
That's right. Yeah.
Just saying. Hey, back to Rivalry Thursday last night as William Blunt got the win 34-27. But, a heck of a player for Heritage is with Austin Price. Don't mistake him for Morgan Wallen. He plays for the Mountaineers.
At Heritage with Thomas Bowers, linebacker, running back. Simply put, which one do you like best?
Probably running back. I like scoring touchdowns.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Don't we all get into the end zone? Is it better to get a defensive touchdown, though, because it's more rare?
Yeah, I would say so, especially like a pick six.
What do you like about playing defense?
Just the simplicity of it. And
see ball, hit ball?
Yeah.
Get to go knock some heads. You seem like one that enjoys the physical part of football. At what age did you kind of know, like, hey, this is kind of my calling?
I really didn't start till about 7th grade. Our middle school coach talked me into coming out, and I just really liked it whenever I first started.
You guys have continued to get more and more momentum under Coach Ossabat. What do you feel like gives you all the chance to really make a run from here to the end of the house?
Just the senior leadership that we have. We've this senior class is the first one that Coach Oz has ever coached all the way through at Heritage High School, and we know all the standards and know how everything's supposed to run here.
What memories will you take with you when you're done?
Coach Oz he's a funny guy. I won't ever forget how he coaches.
When you get in those leadership, opportunities, like, do you kind of relish those now, being an older guy with some of those younger players?
Yeah, I do. I watched a lot of our seniors in the past years, and they've done really good. Ones like Wesley Deck, he was a good mentor for us all. and how to coach the younger guys and get us in the right direction.
What about your faith? How important is that to you?
Very important. Very important. I go to church every Sunday and got to pray before every game for safety and his guidance.
All right. Well, he's hoping to guide this group of Mountaineers deep into the playoffs, hoping to make the playoffs. They missed it just barely the last couple of years. Got a real shot this year.
Yeah, and once again, William Blount getting the win 34-27 last night over Heritage. Mark Packer along with Aaron Harvey. What a spectacular night for high school football tonight. It's a special night here at Carter. The homecoming court out there. Homecoming here. They've got a lot of folks who are back to Strawberry Plains, and a special night here tonight.
Yeah, it's funny when you do this broadcasting thing. You get about halfway through the season like we are now. We're a little over halfway. Yeah. Then every game turns into a homecoming game. Yeah. So you get to see a bunch of them.
And they become very, very important. And for Fulton, they've got to get a win tonight. 0-6 on the season. And they have got to get off the schneid, if you will, this evening. Let's take a break. When we come back, some breaking news that is not good, though, for Carter as the Hearthside Bank pregame show continues.
To pay for stuff, spending. I do not know. Big, candy. Spending. Use me to buy stuff.
It's never too early to learn more about personal finance. At Hearthside Bank, we work closely with our community to help meet your goals and achieve your financial dreams. Hearthside Bank, always within reach. Member FDIC.
A beacon of hope in a world of high prices. Look to the skies, Knoxville. Super Savings is here. Right now, get 0% APR, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on select models, plus 25,000 miles of complimentary maintenance during our Super Summer Sales event.
And don't forget about back-to-school service savings on mobile, pickup, and delivery.
Come see the Super Dealer today at either Ted Russell Ford location.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results, 546-1111.
They got the music jamming here tonight, life in the fast lane, temperatures in the 70s. It feels like football time in Tennessee. Now, some disappointing news for Carter. Their best player is Jody Scruggs. We're going to visit with him, but he's out tonight, did not pass concussion protocol.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, but thank goodness we have concussion protocol. Like,
sure.
Now that we've learned about CTE and head injuries, particularly how they relate to football, it's a lot better for Mr. Scruggs to be able to have that protocol to protect him.
Well, and here's the good news. His younger brother is playing. They've got depth at the running back position. They'll miss him tonight, but a chance to sit down and visit with who is the star of this team, and that is Jody Scruggs.
I enjoy about the position that I play. I actually play multiple positions, running back, wide receiver. I enjoy playing multiple positions on the field because it kind of opens up my gameplay. I can be able to, at any time, I can be ready to play receiver, and anytime I can be ready to play running back, and it's good, I think, to be able to play anywhere. I can be thrown in any spot. The importance of having quick, shifty feet in my game is very important because it's everything that I do. It's hard to bring, you down when you can go left or right out of nowhere. A defender has to stop and break down and choose. So I think that's what makes it hard when it comes to playing a shifty player. It's really fun to play at Carter. It's like just straight a brotherhood. Everyone on the team, we love each other, and I've said it in multiple interviews I've actually done this year. Like, it's just like making a play for your brother is something different than making a play for a random kid that you just gotta put on a team with. You know what I'm saying? Like, we went to camp and stuff with these kids, and we've even like grown up together, like from a little age. And you know, like, it's just different when my coach tells me to go block for number 3. It's Joe. Like, that's my brother. That's my player I've been playing with since I was in like 8th grade. So to see him score, it's like I get excitement like I just scored. You know what I'm saying? Like, or to see Isaac Cookson score, I mean, I get excitement like I scored, and I think they feel the same way with me. So I think that's good with our team. That's what it is.
Yeah, and he will be sorely missed tonight, but once again, they have depth at the running back position, so they should be okay. Had a chance to visit with Justin Long, the head coach of Fulton, still looking for win number 1, but still believing. Justin Long, Fulton head coach. First off, we were talking about you got to get in early with these kids. When you're 0-6, you got a lot of talent. Do you got to come out with all pistons firing early?
Yeah, I think you have to. I think you got to be aggressive, you know, maybe a few things you don't normally do just to try to get some momentum, get some guys excited, try to get the band playing a little bit. But we're excited. I hope our guys are. I hope they're believing.
So you had a lot of success at Fulton as a player. How much do you want this for this program?
Oh, it's never been about myself. You know, it's always been about the guys. I want them to experience some of the things I was able to as a player and as an assistant coach. So that's what I think about every day. And, you know, this is the kid business. As long as we're helping them be successful, that's what it's about.
Okay, so what helps you to lay your head down softly on your pillow at night about this team? What makes you feel good about this team?
It's been some tough nights, Mark. It's been some...
I'm going to get to that in a minute. I'm starting with the good stuff.
Okay. The good stuff is they keep showing up. You know, they keep showing up. So obviously, you know, if you just look at that, it means something to them that they're here and they're giving effort and they're showing up every day at practice and they're still getting coached and they're still allowing us to coach them. So that's been a positive.
All right, so the follow-up is, you end up out on the couch with the dogs watching reruns of Andy Griffith. What causes that?
Oh, man, just the lack of execution, the lack of effort sometimes, just all of it. You know, just trying to figure out a way to make us better in any way, in any capacity. I don't care if it's just special teams. Yeah. Can we get better at something, you know?
So here's the deal. You're a positive, upbeat guy. I've known you for a long time. You feel like that's rubbing off on these kids, but at the same time, you're like, I need you to keep believing, guys.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely, like, the believe crazy is the word for this week, you know, so we've been talking about that. Just, you know, not worrying about what you got going on, whatever's outside of you externally, just focus on the next play and believe that you can get it done. So.
With Exterior Home Solutions.
Hi, I'm Dustin Woodson, also with Exterior Home Solutions.
We are now easier than ever to find, right off of I-75 and Merchants Road.
It's a new location, but the same trusted expertise in roofing and siding that you've come to trust over the past 25 years.
Local quality craftsmanship, licensed and insured.
For the best and most trusted name in roofing and siding, scan the QR code on your screen.
Exterior Home Solutions, when it has to be the best.
Busy right now, but I ordered some ribeyes and a few other things for curbside pickup at Food City. Can you grab it on your way home?
Sure thing, hon. Gotta run. Wait, did you get some of those twice baked potatoes? Mm-hmm. Okay, love ya. Really gotta run.
Got a lot going on? Let the professional shoppers do the work for you. Just set a pickup time and your groceries will be ready. Try curbside pickup at Food City today.
Oh, sorry. We need dog food too.
Life is too full of opportunity to be left in the dark. Your financial journey can be confusing. When you have questions, We provide clarity. When there's a new opportunity, we're here to help kindle the flame. We root for your success and help you reach your potential. We're the bank that you can depend on for guidance, and we're always within reach.
But just minutes away from Fulton and Carter at the top of the hour on OEB Rivalry Friday, brought to you by Carson Newman. Boy, what a pretty view right there as Scotty Liston's got the drone working here tonight. Thanks, as always, right before we get to kickoff for fueling up our crew, Jim and Nick's Barbecue. Aaron Harvey stopped by there today. It was hot and fresh.
It was hot when I got here to Carter from Jim and Nick's. And
good
delicious
stuff.
Wings. I'm telling you, those greens are some of the best I've ever had.
Yeah, good stuff right there. Hey, listen, by the way, all of our games available on the digital flagship network of the Rivalry brand, that being WBIR Plus, Rivalry Thursday, and Rivalry Friday. All the games will archive on WBIR Plus on Saturdays. And then the television flagship station, WKNX, The Knox. It's Fulton and Carter coming up at the top of the hour. Let's step aside, and we'll bring you home tonight. Week 7 of the high school football season on Rivalry Friday.
This water makes my hair so dry and brittle.
Aquaclear can fix that.
Jeez, I hate the way my water smells.
Aquaclear can fix that.
No matter how much lotion I use, my skin is always so dry.
Aquaclear can fix that.
Hey guys, we got a special guest coach today. Catholic alum, Tennessee great, Cooper Mate.
Thanks, Coach. Let's see what your boys got.
That's it. Go. Let's go. Drop.
Okay, bring it up. Nice work today, man. Y'all hungry? Yeah. We got some Auburn's. Let's eat. Auburn's. Real comfort, real food, real good.
More fingers, Mr. Mays?
Yes, please.
Hi, I'm Laura Ash. I'm a State Farm agent here in West Knoxville. I love to serve all of East Tennessee for all of your home, car, life, and business insurance. If you need anything insurance related, give us a call at 675-0888.
I'm Tennessee basketball player JP Estrella. Let me give you a tour here of the offices at Knoxville Smiles. Dr. Costa is placing implants with a robot, and it's all done digitally. There's no guessing with this since it's all robotic. Dr. Wilco is the newest addition to the office. He loves to research the latest and greatest in technology, so the other doctors go to him for the newest product information and techniques. Dr. Malone is building teeth in the mouth. To him, cosmetic bonding is more like artwork. He does this without cutting your teeth down. It's all about building them up. Guys, we still have a problem. Y'all have a bigger chair?
The following live sports broadcast is brought to you by Pac-Man HD Productions.
Excitement here tonight at Carter High School. Welcome to Strawberry Plains as the 4-2 Carter Hornets are set to play host to the high-flying Fulton Falcons, a team looking for win number 1, coached by former Falcon Justin Long, who says they are going to come out firing on all pistons. Mark Packer along with Aaron Harvey. Week 7 of the high school football season is here, and I think we're expecting, Aaron, all kinds of offense tonight.
Yeah, especially Carter's putting up a lot of points, and Fulton really hasn't been able to stop a lot of people this season. But I do want to point out for Fulton that they got off to a rough start last season as well before turning it around and finishing strong. Right now is when it has to happen for the Fulton Falcons. They are not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. If they can win out, it starts tonight with Carter.
As weird as that sounds, but it's true.
Yeah, if they can win out, they can get into these playoffs. And then from there, anything can happen. As you know, last night we also saw Gibbs defeat Anderson County, handing the Mavericks their first region loss since 2016. Anything can happen. You just have to get yourself into the position.
Yeah, and in this region, you just never know. Anything can happen on any given night. As both coaches said tonight, you look at last night.